What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Wednesday Night Fights World Warrior Pro Tour. We are talking all about Canada West. My name is Rudy, and I'm joined by the great Suika. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. It's been a wonderful week, as I hope everyone enjoyed Canada or West Coast World Warrior last week, and we're back here for Canada West in particular, with some same faces that you've seen, some new ones that you may not have seen, and some returning names that you probably know about from earlier iterations of Street Fighter.
Yeah, I mean, the story last time here in the Canada West, which is 2 weeks ago, was Justin Wong reigned terror with his Cammy, but we saw some really close matches. We saw a few Ken players making it out, and we don't know where Justin Wong is going to be here in the bracket. We're not sure if he's going to be playing exactly. Probably not, because he's on a flight.
Probably not. You know, Korea, I think I know where Justin Wong might be. Unfortunately, how the format of the show goes, Justin might not be able to make it tonight.
Don't put it past Justin. He's totally the type of dude to play on an airport Wi-Fi here and try to take out this bracket. But
honestly, this is probably good science time, because if you can play in a tournament in a bracket on airplane Wi-Fi, that is a signal that everyone should update to rollback netcode.
Can you imagine? But no, I don't think Justin Wong will be here for this week. But let's take a look at our bracket, because we got a few familiar faces, but we also got some players who were here last time in the Canadian bracket. Of course, we have Noodle sitting there against Galaxy Butter, who's a Ken player who I believe qualified in loser's side last time, correct?
Yeah, so they came through loser's side, coming in winner's side this time around. Made it to fourth, unfortunately losing in the mirror match for losers final side against Mike X, who is sitting down there also in losers.
Yes, Mike X going up against Dive and Drive, who is also, I believe, known as White Gun. Am I allowed to say that name? The legendary White Gun?
I think so.
Yeah, because that's a very well-known player here. You know, he's been crushing and tearing it up since the Street Fighter 4 days, and it just goes to show how generational of a player he is. And he's just been consistently making these top 8s in the bracket, and he's been doing really well with his Cammy play. Of course, sitting down also in losers, Suika. They weren't here last time, but Cero Blast is here.
Yeah, Cero Blast, they are a phenomenal Vancouver-based player. If you've seen any Street Fighter 5 Ken play, it was probably Cero Blast. it was probably Cero Blast on those YouTube videos saying top level Ken play. Versing a Stir Fry Tai, who's the first time on this bracket, at least in the top 8. And to my research, a Geef player, and we've seen what Geef can do in recent time. We're gonna see if Stir Fry Tai is able to apply all the knowledge they just ascertained from that match, that tournament.
I love it. I am so excited. If we actually see some Geef play, I am stoked. Obviously, the conversation here in the Street Fighter 6 world was how well Snake Eyes did in the CPT tournament recently, and if this brings out the Zangief army, I'm happy. The more power to them, because I want to see more character variety. We're only 3 months into this game. We're seeing the development, and right now the story for Canada West has been quite a lot of Cammy players and quite a lot of Ken players. So mixing it up here, where we have, seems to be like we might have a Marissa or Jamie from Nate Banks, and we might have a Zangief from Stir Fry TV.
Yeah, and it just goes to show that Cammy and Ken, those easier entry barrier characters, are just so stable that it's probably most regions' most played character, just with how simple you can play this game. And we kind of glossed over the last World Warrior second placer here in Noodle, going straight into the match here. Unfortunately, we will get the camera swapped over as soon as possible. But yeah, Noodle coming up against Galaxy Butter. I don't think Noodle ran into Galaxy Butter in the last Canada West match, actually only fighting Mike X. So we're gonna see if a different brand of Ken can take down Noodle, or if Noodle will traverse into the winners finals here.
Yeah, Noodle, a very aggressive Cammy player. Obviously, sometimes will look for the whiff punishes, but loves to move forward more than anything. And Noodle is actually quite close to taking out Justin Wong as well. I feel like the more time you give Noodle, the better they play. They just are one of those players that adapts quite well in the longer sets. So we'll see how he handles the Galaxy Butter Ken here.
Yeah, and one of the things you just need against a character like Ken is a little bit of patience, a little bit of knowledge, and a lot of stamina. Because once this character gets going on you, it's more dangerous to mash out incorrectly than it is to just wait and be a little bit patient. Great approach from Noodle with the drive rush though.
Kidding me? Just the drive rush stand fierce. Oh, and ready for the drive. In fact, gonna get a corner swap here, I presume. Okay, a little bit of a delay. Okay.
Might be for stability's sake, but that was a great reaction with a jab confirm into drive. Oh, and he's going to
the check there on the spin knuckle. Nice, great anti-air here.
Yeah,
it's staying alive, but still moving forward.
Something you talk about, or people talk about all the time, to check the spin knuckle. Galaxy Butter showing that he can. Is this before? He jabbed! He jabbed!
Oh, goodness gracious. Noodle taking out the first game with the level 3 on reaction. So good. Just looking for it. And, you know, that's the thing a lot of Ken players like to do. We saw Angry Bird get so much mileage off of the drive rush jab during Evo. And that's something that more and more Ken players are adopting. So really smart of Noodle just to be ready for that option and really taking advantage of it with the level 3 damage.
Yeah, especially I wonder if that there's the drive rush jab right there. If that was buffered out when the level 3 was inputted, just because on the super flash you expect just to hold down back, but it was you never really know when with the buffer system like kind of grieves you like that.
Yeah, we've seen Noodle here get quite a lot of these jump-ins here. The jumping short, not even going for the airborne drill. Just look at the jump short once again. Has been an option. Galaxy Butter hasn't been anti-airing those consistently. You know, you gotta imagine Galaxy Butter is just looking for the drive rush option and thinking about other things.
Yeah, I think they might be a little scarred after that reaction to the drive rush last time, because they're pretty calm right now as is. Don't listen to me, I'm a dirty liar. And I get the swipe swap into the DP, perfect. But still a life lead on Noodle. Noodle can chillax, relax. Galaxy Butter does not have the drive meter to kind of pursue a lead right now, or pursue to make a lead.
Look at this Noodle just sitting down nose, maybe looking for the drive rush, trying to be patient, but wow, gets the EX drill. And that's enough with the level 2 conversion. So smart here, gonna close out the first round.
I think Galaxy Butter got hit there because they're in the midst of inputting a DP. Unfortunately, did not get the DP out and got smoked by a dive kick. It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah, you know, we interviewed Justin Wong last time. He says that whenever he's moving back and forth in neutral, he is always, you know, churning that butter and he's always buffering it, right? And that's imagine exactly what Noodle was doing, but look at this pressure already here. Oh! Could be good damage. Not gonna want to burn to level 3 quite yet, but still moving forward. Galaxy Butter, no, that's a whiff punish, but no conversion.
Yeah, got a little antsy, or maybe just had too much inputs coming in, trying to strafe back and forth here. Got that DP out and threw it kind of away at the very end. Needs to kind of clean it up for game 3 here, but it is the first game of the night. Might be, we've seen this player play through the loser bracket last time. They can do it, but it'd be much nicer if they could make it out right now.
Oh my god, the disrespect here, Noodle, but putting themselves in the corner. Unfortunately, great tech here. Galaxy Butter really trying to fish for that drive rush at the jab.
Oh, what a DP! I think Noodle just has his number. Yeah, it's rare that you see like options like DPing through pressure like that, unless you really know what your opponent is thinking, and it really looks like Noodle knows what Galaxy Butter is thinking with the way they're playing right now.
So optimal there, ending off with the level 1, knew that it was just enough damage here. Yeah, it's you know, some of those DPs just through block strength. I mean, Galaxy Butter might have to tighten it up and really respect the reversal option here, because that's a bit frustrating, right? Twice in a row trying to get some frame traps going, but the DP is always something to be afraid of.
Ooh, went for the Jinrai shin kick, trying to bait out a reversal DP, but Noodle held back. The turn was kind of neutral, but sent back to the corner after a DP.
Oh, the whiff
this needs to work a little bit to get their way out.
Yeah, what's imagine right now Galaxy Butter does have some meter to work with here, but both players don't want to get themselves in a burnout situation.
Great DP from Noodle. Again, just like Justin said, back and forth movement, you're just hiding a DP input in there, and maybe Noodle picked that out from Papa Justin.
Oh, that wasn't a wow, but the stand fierce there right on wake up, catching it.
All right, finally on the board, but a victory is not an entire game. Needs to get one more. Great jab out.
Yeah, I love the jab checks here. It seems like Galaxy Butter seems to be a little bit more ready here in neutral.
Ooh, Dragon Lash. It's starting. Oh, a barre out of Noodle, but a great tech from Galaxy Butter. Gonna keep you in the corner, and with this life lead, might be able to coerce a mistake out of Noodle. No anti-air.
No anti-air there again, but here, a conversion to level 3. No, that missed.
No way.
No, he messed it up. And nice. Noodle gets the corner swap. This might be some big damage here. Not going to burn to level 3 quite yet, but Noodle is burnt out here. Wow, nice jump back jump. Oh, goodness. This is so stressful right now. Galaxy Butter with the DPs. Got to be careful. The level 3 is an option here from Noodle.
Burnt out might... Oh, you better be careful. If you try to chip him out with a fireball, there could be a reaction. Great challenge. You never really... You should have a feeling for when a dive kick is plus or not.
Yeah.
But it's still such a scary position to be in when you block a dive kick.
Cammy players have gone so good at spacing it out, but that was great awareness from Galaxy Butter to just know that, hey, you did that drill a little bit too high. Let me check you with the jab.
All right, Galaxy Butter officially on the board, and Noodle's not having it. Going for some throw loops there, very strong.
Oh, the DP challenge. I love that from Galaxy Butter. Haven't seen him go for the reversal option too much throughout this set.
Yeah, and
just to mix it up.
Haven't seen a lot of DPs on the dives and just jump-ins in general.
Yeah, I feel like what I was mentioning earlier, I really think Galaxy Butter is just really focused on that neutral and really trying to react to the drive rushes. And look at Noodle just closing it out here with the level 1. Really impressive stuff here, but Galaxy Butter still absolutely in it. They've been adjusting strongly throughout the set, but just as I say that, here comes Noodle.
Well, not a reset per se, more like a insane meaty that's kind of hard to react to. Another throw? Do we get a jump?
No,
throw 3?
Do we get DP? Not again. Oh, the backdash, smart option. Yeah, I love it.
Oh yeah.
But this is an uphill battle here for Galaxy Butter. Let's see what they could do. Oh, goes for a bit of a reset there. That was a safe jump, too. I've not seen that too often.
Yeah, it looked a little cheeky. I thought it would steal corner, but it did not. Gets another hit. It's only going to need one more hit after this. Goes for a throw.
Oh, mixing it up. Look at this. That should be enough. No. Combo. And good challenge from Noodle. Galaxy Butter still in this, but burnt out chip is in the equation right now. Got to respect the level 3 and any chip option, but Noodle ready with the cannon spike. So good.
Yeah, and you can kind of really chalk up some of these rounds to Galaxy Butter just unable to stop these jumps. And of course, stopping a Cammy is really, really rough. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you think you have it down and she dive kicks you. Sometimes you think she's gonna dive kick you while you're walking back and forth in neutral and she just goes the full arc. But you gotta dissuade all of those at some point.
Yeah.
And here's hoping Galaxy Butter is able to bring it all back for the run back. But for Noodle, that's just another Ken in the books.
That's just another Ken in the books. I love that you said that. You know, we were talking to Jay Wong last week, and he said the reason why he picked Cammy in this game, because Justin Wong plays every character, it's like just how good Spin Knuckle is in this game. That was Justin Wong's reasoning, which is the strangest reasoning ever. But he's like, this is finally a Street Fighter game where Spin Knuckle is really good. And we kind of saw that there with Galaxy Butter, really looking for those, you know, grounded options.
The spin
and just not really getting any of those anti-airs, right?
Yeah, and it's just when you're playing fighting games at this level, the mental stack is a lot more than you think it is.
Yeah.
Especially in a game that's not as crazy as a Marvel or a tag game in general. You think that you can kind of just hold back and forth in neutral and play some footsies, but then all of a sudden someone's flying in the sky because you're thinking of your crouching medium kick footsies, and you gotta get overloaded.
Yeah.
So unfortunately for Galaxy Butter, might need to relax, breathe a bit, take a step away from the screen to see the entire screen and be able to pick out those aerial exchanges. Had a couple of good rising jabs to stop as an air tear.
Yeah.
But it's not enough to do it once or twice. You really gotta enforce it, especially against Noodle.
You know, it's one of those things, right? It's like you establish those anti-airs early on, and that just makes the big difference throughout the set here. But Noodle, obviously the favorite to take it, as their performance was so good last week. But here we go with Dive and Drive, also known as White Gun, bringing his Cammy through loser side, I believe, here versus
loser
Mike
side,
the God.
And
Did we see Mike play Ken last week?
Mike played both of these characters, I believe.
Yeah.
And it might come down to just matchup familiarity, something they prefer. And Sandblast definitely a harder projectile to spin knuckle through, that's for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. Luca character that can absolutely create a wall, has all the damage options, has a great anti-air. Definitely a character that can deal with some of this cam pressure. And look at that crouch strong. There's gonna be big damage here.
Yeah.
Oh, goes for position, goes for setup, and the shimmy. That should be it.
Yeah, white gun dive and drive here, whiffing 2 throws. The first throw I think was just a miss shimmy. The second though, definitely a wake up throw tech that just got called out by Mike X.
Yeah, I like that neutral jump there to start the round. Was looking for the preemptive spin knuckle there, but white gun wasn't falling for the bait.
Ooh, a barre here. Mike X says no to your pressure, gonna jab you in the face, and you gotta clean it up, white gun.
Ooh, okay, the challenge right away here.
If there's a problem that I remember.
That even combo. Gonna go into level 3. That's it.
No way. Oh yeah, yeah.
I think it is.
You're right. If there was one thing I noted from Dive and Drive, the last Canada West, they were really susceptible to wake up DPs, and to an extent, taking a couple of those is fine. But if a lot of that damage is coming from reversal DPs and you're losing a lot of turns for it, you might need to start implementing some baits. Hopefully, Dive and Drive picks up on that and can make it work, but getting throw loop in the corner is not making it easy.
Man, I'm telling you, Mike X is so good with that crouch strong with Luke. That's been really the button that's been helping him win neutral, and you know, it is the god button for Luke, but I've been so impressed with his usage of that.
What a whip punish!
Oh, goodness gracious, that's a big punish. Oh no, could have gotten way more damage than this. But okay, doesn't want to spend any bar. Good challenge there from Dive and Drive.
Oh no. Big confirm here.
Yeah.
Sends another DP.
Yeah.
Honestly needed it, but being in burnout still sucks. And another whip punish on these dive kicks.
Mike X looking so solid. I'm so impressed here with some of the spacing and again, use of that crouch strong to really capitalize on the damage. That's up 2-0 already. What happened?
Yeah, I think Dive and Drive here is their spacing on their dive kick is really getting them in trouble here. Great anti-air.
Yeah,
gotta get this corner position and a dive. Oh, maybe that must be it. Dive and Drive has been really good about trying to play footsies with dive kick, but when Mike X is just backing up and making space, the dive kicks will whiff. Great throw loops, gets another attempt here. Oh, and the cannon spike goes underneath. It was just a little too close for the anti-air. Now we have a complete reversal of the situation. One chuck. Can we see 2 chucks? No! Great tech from Dive and Drive is gonna go in low. Great block, unfortunately.
He's gonna burn himself out? Really? Okay. Gonna go into level 2 or level 1. Okay. What's the setup here? One more mix up. Oh, the jump out, but the autocorrect, the cross cut. Ready for it. Mike X on game point.
It's funny, Cammy being one of those characters that you might be able to jump out of the corner throw loop due to having a dive kick, but it's still a risk all the same. And
I've never seen so many dive kicks be whiff punish with Luke's crouch medium. It's honestly...
Yeah, it's really insane.
I understand this game doesn't have any proximity guard or anything, but just the way Mike X is moving back on those dive kick approaches has been super impressive this set.
Ooh, jab, jab, jab.
Oh, that's gonna be it.
Yeah, wrap it up. Put it in a pretty little bow. Send it to Memphis. Baseball, baby!
And wanted to end out with the level 2. Mike X taking it 3-0. What a quick set. Goodness gracious.
Yeah,
that was really impressive. That was really, I really thought that would have been more back and
with
forth.
with how many whiff dive kicks that got punished. That's insane. And I don't know if that's Mike X just being really good at the matchup or if Dive and Drive was just getting a little too hasty. I'm not 100% sure, and I couldn't say as much, but it was piling up so much damage. And
yeah.
I'm
really curious to know if I could ask Mike X because they both play Ken and some Luke, why Luke is the more favorite in that matchup, because I know Ken is a character that just got a lot of similar tools, but I think just, you know, he didn't really even use the Sandblast very much in that matchup.
No, I thought it was gonna be for Sandblast. No, it was just gonna use my normals, use my walk speed, and just play footsies and he most certainly played footsies. You know, if Mike X wins it tonight, we can definitely put that up for the interview later tonight. So hopefully we'll get to see that later tonight.
We'll see the bracket here real quick to see who's coming up next. I believe we're gonna have just one more match here on loser side. I believe it's gonna be Ceroblast versus Stir Fry, who is apparently, these are just thoughts, apparently the Zangief representative of this tournament. So be interesting to see Ceroblast's aggressive Ken play deal with some Zangief. I mean, I should say the other way around, was Zangief dealing with the Ken rushdown. But again, the story of Street Fighter 6 has been some of these low tier characters, and Snake Eyes doing so well with Zangief, and it's great to see Zangief make it here in the West Coast top 8.
Yeah, and again, this game does not feel like the kind of game where character split in terms of strength is so widely, or has such wide gaps that characters are not viable.
Yeah.
But a character like Ken versus a character like Geef is definitely a struggle for Geef. So we're gonna see if Stir Fry Tai can really make it work. I mean, assuming they play Geef.
And we were talking about earlier, you know, Ceroblast, one of the representatives, one of the greats from Vancouver, Canada, where, you know, she's just been one of the best players for Street Fighter 5 and now transitioning to Street Fighter 6. And Ken is, you know, in a really great place. So it's good to see Ceroblast. I'm not sure if they joined last week's tournament, but it's great to see them here in the top 8. And very curious to see how they deal with some of this Cammy onslaught. Noodle is looking unbeatable here. So without Justin Wong in the picture, it'll be cool to see who makes it out.
Yeah, and even after that, we still have Noodle and Nate waiting to play. We didn't get to see any of Nate because unfortunately Jaewon could not attend. We didn't get to see Nate play, so I'm excited to see how Nate plays later down the line. Of course, that Marissa played from the island, unless they decide to bust out the Jamie for whatever reason. I just looked at their Twitter to see what characters they played. Shout outs to you guys who put your mains in your Twitter bios. That makes my job a tiny bit easier.
We're living in the information age right now, right? Where you can just find anything about any player. You know, it's to the point where some people will purposely hide their Capcom Fighter network just so that people don't snoop their replays before a tournament.
True.
But
that's true.
That's the competitive world.
when you guys hit a plateau, that plateau is people actually peeping on your tech. You gotta hide. You gotta hide.
I love it. But yeah, it would be really nice to see a bit of Marissa play here. We were talking earlier off stream of just Marissa being a character that, one of the few characters that can consistently two-touch you in this game. And it's so interesting now that we're 3 months into Street Fighter 6 where she develops and where she, you know, where she's gonna stand in the meta of the game, because I feel like the more I see these Marissa players getting better, the better I think that she is. Like, her only weakness to me is just her anti-air game, and otherwise I feel like she can deal with every matchup. We're seeing players like Big Bird who are now picking up a modern style Marissa for certain matchups, and modern is something that we haven't seen in this bracket so far, but I've been seeing a lot of the modern players really rise up in the last little while, especially with how well Haitani did in Evo 2023 with his Chun-Li. So
there it is.
Interesting to me.
It
is the Zangief. It's the Zangief. Here we go. Let's do it. Ceroblast versus Stir Fry. Let's go. Look at this. Ceroblast already.
I had a little blurb written about Ceroblast about how like blocking doesn't exist for this character.
Oh no.
Whoa. What happened? What happened?
One SPD and Cero's out of there. They said,
right.
I don't want none of this.
It looks like Stir Fry Tai is going to be making it after the.
I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but did you see how that round started? Did you see how that round started?
That was insane. Yeah, okay. I was saying
full foot on the throttle. All right, just said I'm going all in. I'm gonna dry rush the moment, you know, the round starts. That was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, I wrote a tiny blurb. Notable, powerful Ken, where sometimes you think holding back doesn't exist. That's the blurb I wrote. And when you see a round start like drive rush, tap your toes, what the heck is going on? Yeah, I think I hit the nail on the head a little close, you know.
I feel like Suika, you got to write the blurb on every player, but
I will. It would be a mix of comedy and a mix of tragedy and a little bit of drama. It would be great.
Sarah, she's like one of my favorite Kens to watch because it's just so damn entertaining, and you can see the frustration on the opposing side. I mean, that's the thing, especially with these longer sets, right? It's like, you know, every DP hurts so much, and then the moment you stop doing it, it's just so difficult to adapt to players like Zero sometimes.
Yeah. Just to update the chat here, what occurred is there was a communication error. Unsure what caused it. You know how it is with net play sometimes. Sometimes a hiccup can just occur from the whimsy of the world. So we are trying to get that solved. We'll see what the ruling is, but it was like 3 seconds into the match. We'll see what the big boss says, since we can't control what Netplay wants.
Yeah,
that being,
Valle might come out and just drop kick someone here, but we'll see. We'll see exactly what happens from our radio room here. And of course, you know, shout outs to all you guys watching, and shout outs to the World Warrior, the Pro Tour. Of course, we got the Matcherino links going on. We've got, you know, this tour that happens every week. You know, we switch off between playing the West Coast USA and West Coast Canada. And
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's so good to be part of this family, and it's so nice to be here as part of the Wednesday Night Fights circuit.
Yeah, I'm having a great time here at the Wednesday Night Fight bracket and circuit. Being given this opportunity has been great, and I'm hoping that you guys are having a great time as I am. And if you want to catch more of us, you can see our schedule on the left. But if you want to catch all of it, well, it's every Wednesday. It's pretty straightforward. It's going to be top 8s every Wednesday. If you want to participate, they do happen the Tuesdays before, because we do need to run the pools.
Yeah.
But check it out at twitch.tv live. That's the stream. Check out the Matcherino. The Matcherino actually has all the information with exclamation point Matcherino. Sorry, I'm like running through all my all my spiels. They're getting a little mixed.
No, that's totally fine. It's a lot of information, and as you can see, the regional finals will be November 8th for Canada West, and the finals will be on November 15th for US West. So we've got a bit of a journey here in the next couple of months, and it's just so interesting to see players improve, players rise up, and of course, here is the Matcherino Suika was talking about.
Yeah, so we got 47 to 50 codes remaining. Of course, the codes are free to claim. If you have a twitch.tv account, you can just click, and you're good to go. Click on Matcherino, click on claim code, and click on login to Twitch. That being said, again, all the information you can find will be here on this Matcherino. So if you do want to participate, whether you are American or Canadian, all the information will be here. And for the Canadians, I do recommend giving it a shot. Even if you don't think you're the strongest, it's a great learning opportunity. It's free. And also, if you manage to land in the money for the finals, there's a big 3.5K sitting on the line here for first place. All top 8 gets paid out. But there's a lot of moolah in the back pocket.
There is a lot of moolah.
I just watched that number change to $6 reduce. Thank you everyone for helping support the dinners of our players tonight. And
that's right.
Yeah,
you said 3,500. You know, we spent all of last stream with Suika. He was doing the currency exchange to see how much that is in our Canadian Monopoly money over here, and it's
probably enough for 2 days rent in Toronto.
So give or take, maybe a day and a half.
I'll take a day and a half of Toronto. Maybe I'll just take that money over to Alberta. Alberta's a little more affordable. It's like 2 years rent or something. But
right. Love to see.
So we got Sarah Blast able to make it back in.
Yeah.
And the scenario,
I think we might be starting it from the top. I might be wrong.
We'll see. Papa Vi definitely got some words for the players, so we will make sure everything is cleared up between all of them before we get going. But we should be in the lobby right now, just making sure everything works out. Housing market is messed up, and I'm sorry, Steve. Housing market's messed up. Hey, Capcom, just sponsor more events here so more of our players can have a home.
Listen, I feel like Capcom created Ken in this game to be a little bit broke and a little bit just to be a little bit more relatable to the rest of us here, looking for a home. So shout out to Ken.
working the sweaty job just to get a home.
But let's see.
6 USD is like 6 racks of Canadian pesos. As a Canadian and a Filipino, this hits hard.
That's right. Is there a Filipino Street Fighter character? Oh, am I not thinking of one? Have we had a Filipino representative yet?
I don't think so. I think the first real Filipino like representation was in like fighting games in general was in Tekken.
Yeah,
but there might be more in some obscure game, or there might be more in a game I just don't know.
Yeah.
There was a random blurb. I say blurb a lot today. I don't know why. There was a random blurb about Street Fighter EX, where one of the fighters in that game, one of their main likes was Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, okay.
And that was so random to me because this was Street Fighter EX, like EX.
It's the most stereotypical thing anyone could say if they were like, actually Filipino.
This person, like, then I don't even recall if they were Filipino. They were just there and they're like, yes, I like Manny Pacquiao. I'm like, well, that's the most well-known Filipino martial artist there could be at the moment.
I love it. I feel like that's a region that could definitely be represented in the future, right? Philippines.
Oh yeah, give us a couple of sticks and watch your ass get beat. It's great. a little bit of the Kali, you know. The Kali, a little bit of the eskrima, you know.
That's right.
The knife techniques. It's funny. I in my days of no gout, I do train boxing with a Filipino coach. Oh, he's always talking about the. He's always talking about the island martial arts. And I'm like, man, I don't want to go there. It sounds rough. Nah, these guys will beat you up.
That's funny. You mentioned boxing too. Like we don't have a boxer yet in
not
Street
yet.
Fighter 6, right?
Ed is coming. Yeah. Ed is a boxer.
He's a boxer. Yeah, that kicks. I mean, we just saw the Aki trailer, which was the strangest thing I think I've ever seen in a Street Fighter character so far. She was just sliding around the floor, and she had the craziest animations I think I've ever seen on any character. So that's going to be exciting. But I think Ed is right after Aki, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So. And then I do recall a tweet saying Aki is cool, skip Ed, go to Akuma. So
hey, listen, there's a reason why that goes last. Yeah,
it's true. It's so that Taquito plays the game longer. Tokyo's just sitting. He's coming. I know he's coming. That's why they announce it. That's why.
I'm always so impressed.
Aki looked cool, actually. Yeah, because they killed Fong. Fong's gone. Surprisingly, they decided to keep that story. But they're like, oh, we need to replace him. He was actually a cool concept. So they just went harder. They just went harder.
They went more evil, more creepy. Yeah, more poison and everything.
Instead of a bird, we got a snake. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
And boxes with oven mitts. Yes. He boxes with whips. It's crazy.
Yeah, if you guys are just tuning into the stream right now, we're just getting set up for a match that went kind of wrong. We had some connection errors, so we are trying to set up here for Sero Blast versus Stir Fry, and we're just getting that sorted out for you guys. So we'll get a great match here lined up probably right away, but shouldn't be long from the notes we're getting. Yeah,
interestingly enough, we have a little bit of extra time to go on our stream today, anyways, due to an unfortunate DQ that happened earlier. So just to update the situation with you guys for the entire bracket. It was supposed to be first match Jaewong versus Nate Banks. Unfortunately, Jaewong could not attend as he was on a plane.
On a plane to Korea, I believe.
To be honest, his gain our loss. I was down to watch Nate Banks play Jaewong because it's always fun to watch some of our better players take on like the classic GOAT, you know. Mm-hmm. And we saw it 2 weeks ago with Noodle versus Jaewong. Noodle did find a way to reset the bracket in grands back then. But then Jaewong just cleaned up, showed his fundamentals, and took it there. I would like to see more of our players run against a wall of a beast here in Jaewong. Unfortunately, not this week. Hopefully in future weeks. But until then, that's what happened there.
I'm always impressed with players like, well, obviously Jaewong, and we've seen a few major character swaps too. Last second, we saw, I believe, Mike X obviously always played a little bit of Luke, but I'm always so impressed with some of these top players are able to pick up a character within a week or two and do so damn well with them. So, Justin Wong has been sticking with Cammy so far, but I believe he said it wasn't out of the equation that he might play someone else down the road of Street Fighter 6. So, I'm so impressed with how some of these players are just swapping characters just on the fly now.
Yeah, and I was reading chat. I'm a burden for punishment here. Reading chat. Nate versus Nate is a potential with Nate versus Noodle. Oh, in winners finals, yes. For some reason, my brain like substituted with grand finals, but I guess they're gonna have to prove that to me later down the line, because we also have so many good players around now. We have, unfortunately, Dive and Drive being eliminated. But making it to top 8 twice is no small feat, and going to be racking up those points. I don't know if we in our rush have explained the points to you, but we can explain to you after this. This is our setup for okay. So I don't know if you guys were able to hear our director there, but Stir-Fi will be taking the round. Since it ended in 3 seconds, there will be no like meter gain advantage here. It's just gonna be clean and ready to go. And wow, the serenity.
Yeah, both players staring at each other's souls. But no, I like that. I feel like obviously Ceroblast, I believe they were the ones who disconnected.
Yeah, so whether or not that it was their choice to DC, we'll take the benefit of a doubt on that one, but it was on their end, unfortunately. Wonderful Nooch, the greatest Nooch. The both players waiting for an opening, embracing death.
Yeah, I'm really, really curious to see how Stir-Fry is going to deal with this pressure and this rush down play from Ken. I feel like, Geef definitely has all the tools to deal with Ken, but it is going to be a bit of an uphill battle, dealing with the Dragon Lash pressure.
If there was one thing that I've always thought about when it comes to fighting grapplers, it's if you have a way to not interact with them, by all means use it. You don't want to interact with a grappler. If there was a character I think that would scare me the most, or a player that would like scare me the most going into a grappler, it's Ceroblast. Ceroblast, of course, constantly on the gas, going forward, and we saw it in the first 3 seconds of the last round. Started with drive rush, like light kick, then got 360.
Here we go. Let's do it again. Just right away, the drive rush to start it. Cero, so aggressive.
Oh, here we go. Actually employing the let's not interact with Geef plan. Big fan right now. Staying away, doesn't want to deal. And is that a good range to react to drive rush? Should have come out. Ooh, great call out of the jump. Got scooped once.
Yeah, it's all frames on that headbutt. So Cero had to guess.
All right, check out my shin kick and oh,
no way.
No, like this.
No.
No.
Oh no! And again.
Yeah.
What in the world is going on? Is Cero in Korea with Justin Wong? Cero's
not in Korea. Cero's on the plane.
On the plane. Listen, man, airplanes got Wi-Fi too. What is happening? I imagine that's going to be the first game for Stir-Fry. I mean, if it continues on, it might just be a DQ here.
It might, yeah. Unfortunately, with two DCs, and as unstable as it's been, the big boss is going to have to make a decision, and we will inform you on that one. Though, loss for us. That was going to be a great set, but if it's a DQ, a great win for Tai. Though Tai looked like they had a plan of what they wanted to do, anyways. The way they were playing that.
Yeah, no, it seemed really interesting. We saw Fry like get cornered really quickly, and that's a conversation a lot of Zangief players have, right? I remember that even back in the ST and Street Fighter 4 days, I should say, where grappler mains don't always hate being cornered, right? Being cornered as a grappler main is actually okay sometimes, but it's in this game when the mental stack is so high. Thinking about drive impacts, thinking about everything is so rough.
Yeah, it can. I think with this game, with how drive impact, drive rush have been, it kind of stirs up that calm grappler player mindset.
Yeah.
Because grapplers, they just kind of deal with it. That's just the life they chose. But they usually as the games release, the grapplers will have a little bit more HP to compensate. They'll have some solid normals to play neutral with to make their way forward, and they can opt to just walk and block, as we saw the great Snake Eyes do in their big win recently.
Yeah.
So there are plenty of ways that a grappler can approach oppressive matchups, as oppressive as they are.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned that, actually, because that's one thing I noticed while watching that Snake Eyes set was just the use of the drive gauge, right? Because you don't really take chip damage in this game, and you don't necessarily need to be parrying everything. And just seeing of how much of the drive gauge you could use by just walking forward and blocking sometimes, and just inching your opponent closer and closer to the corner, even though you might not be exchanging hits, you're technically winning neutral when you're pushing your opponent to the corner.
Exactly,
and that's what Geef players need to do.
If there's one thing that really upsets more aggressive players is when what they're doing is not doing anything.
Yeah.
Cerro Blast's a little more tame than that. Has a little more patience than that, but most players kind of crack under the pressure when trying to break open a Geef, and they can't. And then that definitely leaves them into a situation that they don't want to be. Now, I saw another thing in the chat. My chat interaction has been peak right now, and I'm gonna get in trouble, I swear. But for lore purposes, Stir Fry Ty dropped JP for Geef.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my, that is a.
This is actually the life they chose.
Yeah. Listen, man, I imagine after the Snake performance, a lot of players are like, forget it, I'm maining Zangief, I'm gonna live that life. But suit yourself, that is an interesting swap. You're really going for a zoner / poke type character to full on grappler. That is a complete opposite pick of a character, and that is so interesting.
Yeah, and it's fun to think about in more of a out of game meta sense, where as people have been playing more of this game, I feel like people have been complaining about JP a little bit less recently. And it comes down to, as a zoner, do you have kind of like the stamina to keep it up? Keep the wall up, keep everyone out. And at the lower levels of play, JP just kind of puts it out there and it happens. But at the higher levels of play, you start seeing counterplay implemented, like standard anti-zoner counterplay be implemented. And of course, you'll need a little bit of JP counterplay, like baiting the reversal parry or using a fireball to proc it, all this special stuff.
Yeah,
but
you're mentioning it really well, because it's true with JP. We're seeing a lot of anti-amnesia, EX amnesia tech, as Cammy players are just kind of popping him up and using the drive impact to absorb the kind of the seeking missiles, is what I like to call them, from JP. Mm-hmm. And yeah, as the game goes on, there's going to be more and more kind of tech against some of these crazier characters, and JP definitely being one of them. We're seeing players now learning how to parry and get out of his level 2 block string by parrying the first hit and jumping out. So as it goes on, I mean, there's always a benefit to playing some of these lesser played characters.
Yeah,
like Zangief, like the Jamies, like the Marissas.
And what makes it especially special is having like a zoner mindset. Unironically, to me, feels like you're probably one of the more prepared to go into the grappler mindset of being patient and taking your time and moving forward and having the stamina to just take inches and make it work. So I can see that work out for Ty. Yeah.
We got a little update here. So it's going to be 1-0 for Stir Fry Ty, and Cerro has one more chance for a mid-game DC.
Okay.
And Cerro is DQ'd if there is one more mid-game DC.
Here's hoping there is not. I'd love to see the set.
I'm a big fan of Cerro, so I want to see, her, do well and tear through this bracket. But this is really unfortunate. I mean, we're just having some issues.
With a day missed, you really want to pick up whatever points you can get, and this is only going to hurt. Though, I wanted to say this earlier. I don't think we went over the point system, but how this circuit works, if the chat is unaware, is that this is a multi-tournament circuit where top 15 or something like that gets points for their placement. and whoever has the most points within a top 8 will qualify for the finals. So if the higher you place, the better it is for you. And if you get put in a situation where you can't progress for more points, it's unfortunate, especially after missing a day. So here's hoping that this set goes through and we can figure all the problems are figured out. We can get it going so that Sarah can fight for their points. And if they lose, they lose. It is what it is. But if they lose to the DC, that's sad time. Now you can check out the leaderboard here. Jay Wong won last time, so 50 points in their pocket. Noodle with 40, and it just goes down from there. And 50 points might sound like a lot, but really that's just two fifth place placements, right?
Yeah.
Or and with if you were able to make it into that position once, you can make it into that position again. And from there, it all depends on Jay Wong whether or not he can keep up the winning, or if he sometimes loses and doesn't get the same amount of points. The sway can be huge here.
You can imagine right now, because Jay Wong is going to earn 20 points as he's on a flight right now. You can imagine that either Noodle, Mike X, or Galaxy Butter are going to take the lead. I mean, it's looking really good for Noodle right now.
Yeah.
As I believe he's moving up in winter semis. So, yeah, Justin Wong's going to have to put a little bit of work in the next coming weeks. Hopefully there's no more flights to any K-pop concerts that we don't know about. But
if you do go, please, signatures for me, your best friend, Suika. I'd be a big fan. And not to mention, if Nate Banks wins, he'll shoot right up into what potentially will be the second, third place spot. Because I think if Noodle lands anywhere in top 3, it's pretty guaranteed that they'll take top spot. Big Noodle fan? Oh, baby.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about earlier, Noodle definitely looking really strong. You know, not only this tournament, but even last tournament. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they reset the bracket against Jay Wong, or it got really close to, but the longer the set went, Noodle was looking, more and more fierce.
If I recall correctly, it was a 3-1 in winners finals.
Okay.
And then after playing a tight set with Mike X, did manage to pull the reset off against Jay Wong, and then Jay Wong just started capitalizing on a lot of risky dive kicks with those great DPs.
The Wong factor kick.
The Wong factor, yeah. But I think again, it all comes down to stamina and to like how much energy you can upkeep throughout the set. Jay Wong, of course, didn't need to play the losers finals match that set, so he had a little bit more going in. But going into this one, Stir Fry Ty's gonna be the one with the aggressive play.
Oh God, already with the start. Yeah, Stir Fry now trying to set the pace, and look at this. Already the corner pressure.
Yeah, you know how we were talking about slow, patient, walking block play? No, that's gone. That's out the window. Sarah Blast now has to be the one to stop the Geef from doing Geef things.
Oh! Was expecting Sero to block that headbutt, but went for the SPD anyway. Just too many active frames, and look
he could
at
punish
that Stir Fry. So good. Yeah, the jab.
That's insane. I didn't think he could standing light kick the gap between Jinrai and Shin kick.
God, are you kidding me? Stir Fry
is painful.
Sarah with their own pressure.
Good tech from Stir Fry though, and these fireballs not amazing just because the drive gauge you'll get back. What a whip punish!
So good there. Sarah just waiting for it. With punishing that stand fierce.
Oh, you can't Jinrai anymore. Jinrai's been disabled. I think Stir Fry. Oh, great walk back.
Can imagine gonna burn some bar? Yeah, I think it's a smart choice. Just too close to death. And gonna put Stir Fry into burnout here. Still dangerous stuff. Sarah's gonna have to respect the wake up option. Oh yeah, trying to bait it, and great drive impact in the corner. That's it.
Yeah, definitely the drive rush caused Stir Fry Ty to kind of shake a bit and really pulled out that jump and guaranteed that drive impact punish. Oh, armor baby.
Oh my goodness, both players just
swinging,
exchanging fists here.
No.
No,
yes.
no, yeah. a little too late.
Yeah, and now we see Cero Blast is finally in 4th gear here, looking to get into 5th and 6th. But we need to see if the road is clean enough and long enough to be able to get up to these kinds of speeds. Ooh, backing off a little bit. Nose doesn't need to press their advantage too much. Never mind. Pressing advantage is occurring.
That's going to be one game for Cero, tying it up. Great stuff there. Yeah, you know exactly what you mentioned. I love the fact that Cero opted to kind of make space there, not really get too antsy in the corner, because remember, that SPD is still an option in the corner, and your drive impact will get grabbed by an SPD, so sometimes making space is the best option. Oh my god, I love the use of the armor there.
Great anti-air, just to put a halt on that pressure that StirFighTai was putting out there. Gets the SPD, but at what cost? Gonna be on burnout, and of course, the SPD Oki range is not amazing. However, if you just get another one, it's all good.
Are you kidding me? Stir Fry with the third one in a row. Are you kidding? Come on.
He's stirring something all right, but it's not some fries. He's stirring this can.
You're telling me this used to be a JP player?
This used to be a JP player. Nice backdash, Cero Blast. Starting to play the game of grapplers here. Of course, when you play a grappler and you get hit, you gotta know that tick throw could be coming out at any point.
Gotta imagine Cero's gonna be wanting to be holding up a little bit more during some of these block strings. I like the throw pressure.
Oh, can't. StirFighTai is too quick. Cero's been actually really good about whiff punishing here and playing with the space, so maybe we can. Maybe Cero's gonna start looking for that more often. You can see playing the Switches game. Ooh, great parry.
Yeah, okay, just gonna take a bit of that drive gauge. I actually like the use of the drive impact.
Another one! Another one!
Oh, he starts to jump out, catches the jump out. This is so scary, Zangief. Sitting on 3 bars, both players.
I was in the same that was the same mindset as Cero Blast there on that Oki situation when StirFighTai was drive rushing. I also held up because I did not want to get scooped. StirFry up a game now.
That's been the story, right? StirFry's just been getting so many of those SPDs.
Great interruption. I think Cero Blast is not going to have any more of it. Oh
yeah, gonna whiff punish that. That's an easy one. Gonna get the corner pressure here. Oh, gets the low. Cero's still gonna go in. Yeah, no wake up option from Zangief. The level 1 isn't there yet.
Ooh, you're a grappler. I'm a grappler. Gets another throw. Counter hit. Oh, a little too far for the whiff punish, but we send it.
Smart. Knew that he was on burnout. That was the only reversal option, but now Cero's stuck in the corner.
And gets, breaks the armor with the jabs here. I thought it was drive impact for a second. No, it was just the armor.
Whoa. Nice. Yeah, we're seeing Cero actually backdash a lot, and that was a backdash into a forward dash punish. Gets the plus frames on the fireball.
And once again, you just gotta reiterate that I won't get hit by your funny throws anymore. I'm gonna start mashing backdash every time I get hit. If StirFighTai does not update their game plan, it might just be lights out. We're tied up 2-2 here between StirFi and Cero Blast.
Yeah, I'm really liking the way Cero Blast is approaching this matchup right now. You know, sometimes really going full throttle, but also backing off when necessary. And sometimes also faking the drive rushes. We saw a few drive rush jabs or drive rush, just an empty drive rush straight into a backdash to make space. Great drive reversal here.
Oh, try to whip punish again, just a little too far, but Cero Blast still showing. Oh,
are you kidding me? Okay.
Unfortunately, mixed themselves into the corner, but we can make our way out. Just has a tiny sliver of drive rush left. Great whip punish again. Sheesh! One chuck, and it's over.
So tough there, the plus frames on the Dragon Lash. You know, we're not seeing StirFry actually, you know, SPD during block strings or anything crazy like that.
Maybe just a little worried. There's another tick throw.
Yeah, that drive rush into sweep, gets the plus frames on the headbutt, chasing down the backdash. Here comes StirFry.
Yeah, and there's the adjustment there. Great anti-air, but we take those. We can take those now with this kind of life lead. Tapping the toes.
StirFry can actually sit there. Got to respect the drive impact, but also Cero's got to watch out for the reversal option.
Oh, tried to Obari, but it wasn't time to do that.
Going straight into the level 3. I like this option. Gonna put StirFry on life support, but won't be quite it.
Yeah, it wasn't the critical art variation, but it is still one touch probably.
Oh,
Get
what?
this out!
Oh, he was ready! He was ready! Stir fry! Can he close this out? Should be enough. Yes!
I don't know the damage on that, but
we are on last round here for the set. Goodness gracious.
Oh, with the anti-air, it was a good reaction, but the spacing was just a little bit off. Luckily, neither player got out, like, really, really hurt there.
Good punish there from Cero. There's going to be some corner pressure right away for Cero. Blast the wake up level 3. No.
Oh, Dragon Lash is airborne. You can't scoop me while I'm flying in the sky.
Well, again, that crouch short into SPD has been working out so well for Stir Fry.
Dry reversal. Force him back into the corner. This position has been really advantageous for Cero Blast, especially when Cero Blast can play with that spacing, with the wall being...
These whiff punishes so on point from Cero, but not getting much off of it there. Won't be able to close out, but close.
Oh, it's so close. One throw will end it all, and there it is!
Oh, just as you said it, and Cero Blast surviving through all the DQs.
Even with the one game deficit, was able to make it back, and it was scary because game 3 between the two of them, or I guess game 2 in this case, it really looked like Stir Fry Tai had an idea that they wanted to implement, and it worked out. But unfortunately, Cero Blast able to adjust and kind of deal with it. And once we found that corner position, had a game plan that could keep the Geef kind of contained while still exerting enough pressure to kind of force errors. And that's really the name of the game here. Forcing errors out of your opponent when you have them in the corner like that, just so that you have easier, simpler methods of getting damage on your opponent. Don't need to force a mix if you don't need to, you know?
You don't need to. Yeah. Unless we're getting trolled. If Stir Fry is actually a JP player who just transitioned over to the Zangief life. Really impressive stuff there. I'm really curious to see how well Stir Fry does if they continue with the Zangief journey throughout this bracket. Because that was a close set. That was a really, really close set. That was, could have gone either way, but Cero Blast just doing a great job of mixing up a really aggressive play, but also backing off when necessary. We saw a lot of times, just backdashing when in the corner. So I don't know if we're going to give a quick shout out here to our Matcherino before we take a quick break.
Yeah, we can give that another peek just to see how you guys have been clicking links, how great you guys have been for us and the players. Boom, 650. We have increased that number once again. Thank you so much, everybody. And again, if you want any of the information, you can find it all at !Matcherino. You can even see the point spread there. That's what we're looking for. 13th place even gets 10 points. That's great. That's Gucci.
I love it.
But yeah, check out the Matcherino, of course. And that was our first round of matches here. We're going to be moving on to the next one. After a quick break, let me backdash out and get a little bit of recovery going on, and I'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back, everybody, to World Warrior Pro Tour here, hosted by Capcom. And we are the Canada West bracket, top 8, and we got some matches for you coming right up. It's going to be Nate Banks versus Noodle, otherwise known as the Nate Mirror. Winner gets the Nate main color number 1 Nate, whatever color that may be.
It's been a slobber knocker so far, man. We've been having some really, really good matches. We saw some good Zangief play. We saw Sero making it through the bracket. And we didn't see Nate play yet so far. So really curious to see how Nate does here. You were talking about possibly a Jamie pick, possibly a Marissa pick. We're going to see 2 characters we don't see very often.
Yeah, but I'm going to have to correct myself. We do have to watch a mirror come up from loser's side and a run back from week 1 of Canada West. It's going to be Mike X versus Galaxy Butter. And this mirror happened in losers semis of the last Canada West, now in losers quarters, unfortunately. And I hope you guys like Ken, because after this Ken mirror, potentially Ken mirror, there will be another potential Ken mirror coming up with Sarah Blast waiting due to a DQ from Justin Wall. So
well, we did see Mike X playing a little bit of Luke, right?
We did. He could save us from this fate.
But I'm totally okay with seeing some Ken craziness going back and forth. But Mike X's Luke was looking so solid, and would be curious to see, because I know a lot of players really like try and avoid that mirror match. But we'll find out here in a second. And there's the Luke. Let's go.
This is gonna be the avoidance of the mirror match. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes people pick another character just to have as a sub, and it turns out that sub is worse into the mirror. Or like into the character that they main normally. So I was wondering if that was going to be the case, but it looks like Mike X is preferring the Luke here. It might just prefer the Luke more often than not. So we'll have to ask them about that if they get the time to tell us. Great parry, jab, Shoryu, just going to force him to the corner, and here we go.
Yeah, one sequence there from Galaxy Butter, and my God, already has to deal with this corner pressure from Ken. But I like the back off, but look at this. The tides have turned here. Here comes Mike X with a bit of pressure.
Couple of sandblasts on the side of Mike X, but sandblast not really going to do it for you when you have a life deficit this big. Punish counter. Unfortunately, can't get more off of that low.
Yeah, he could have, burnt themselves out, but didn't want to put themselves in that situation, especially when in the corner.
Yeah, and they didn't really need to with the life lead they had. They could take whatever damage they want. And like every trade will be a trade into EV games for them. Ooh. But this payback might be huge unless you drop the combo.
Yeah, drop the perfect there, and just the crouch medium kicks. It's been the button that's been working out so well here for Galaxy Butter.
It is a Street Fighter classic to be able to hit that low forward and play the game.
Some sandblast pressure.
Or I guess if you're Mike the God, it's a crouching medium punch. That's the button.
Gets the back throw here into the corner. Wow, the jab checks. So like scary there, but Galaxy Butter just got the guts to do it. Oh, the neutral jump. That's going to be a lot of damage.
Yeah, baiting the wake up throw tech, because there are too many things you have to cover, and they're all scary to deal with. So luckily for Galaxy Butter, the burnout from Mike X means he can maybe take advantage here. Overhead, nice block. I think that's an overhead. It's been a while. Dragon Lash, check out my frames. The drive bar is back for Mike X, and now he's gonna be able to play the game. Nice confirming the drive rush. And how did he lose? Well, we saw it there.
Yeah, I'm really impressed right now with just how patient Mike X has been in some of these neutral situations, but
oh, you really can see Sandblast being the better projectile in this matchup.
Oh my God, that crouch strong again. He's gonna go into level 3. Yes, I imagine so. Gonna burn a little bit of that drive gauge. He's gonna have the corner pressure after this.
And a huge life lead is being all these is culminating into what seems to be a dunzo round, but we're gonna see what he can do.
And forward, that's right. That's always an option, but didn't get the optimal combo there. Wow.
Yeah, and unfortunately, because of that, send it. Oh, and he's gonna burn him out with this.
This is going to be such good damage here from Galaxy Butter. Still going to be in a life deficit here, but
it's pretty much even at this rate.
Oh, look at them moving forward right now. That smart stuff from Galaxy Butter knows that they're gonna get out of burnout sooner.
Ooh, sent it, but unfortunately sent it a little too early. Nice throw tech. And it's gonna bet the HP bar does not have enough to do another one.
The neutral jump jab out of all options. Mike X ready for it.
I'm surprised that Galaxy Butter had the cojones to just send it with that much HP on the drive impact. Oh man.
Just drive rush jab there, confirming it to the target combo. Here comes corner pressure. Oh, tries to go nice, ready with the cross cut.
Yeah, we saw Mike X ready with the cross cut in the last matchup too against Cammy. So it's probably good to think about it as no more jumping out of the corner for you. Oh,
Perfect damage option there with the heavy rising upper.
Nice throw tech, but the drive rush gets
medium
checked.
kick. Are you kidding me? Just was ready for it.
Yeah, spinning back kick, really good in real life, really good in Street Fighter.
Whoa! Did you see this stand strong there? Check the drive rush again. Mike and Gone looking invincible right now.
Yeah, it just really looks like Galaxy Butter just does not have a handle against fighting Luke, and a little bit of lag, but that's okay. Especially when the person you're fighting against plays your character. Wow. Oh my goodness, it's looking pretty rough.
Yeah, I love that there. Went for, you know, a wake-up crouch jab into crouch short. I believe was guessing that Galaxy Butter was either going to backdash or just hold back on wake-up. And that pressure, so scary here. Mike X looking really strong. Again, checking the drive rush. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
it's been every single one.
Try to take advantage of maybe the frame data after Sandblast with drive rush, but it's just not fast enough. Sandblast is kind of that good.
Jab punish there. It's a target combo. Already in burnout here.
No,
Galaxy Butter on life support, ready for the jump out.
Tried to jump out. Tries to. Oh, it's gonna have to do something here.
You gotta respect the drive impact. You gotta imagine Galaxy Butter's thinking about it. Jumped out of it. I like that option here. Gonna give Galaxy Butter some room to breathe here. Out of burnout and DP check. Perfect.
That's actually. That was like such insane awareness because that drive cage just came back, able to use it to their advantage. Check out my plus frames, tries to poke out anyways, and he does it again. He does not fear.
Into level 2, dash up level 2. Oh no, goes into level 1. That's not gonna be enough, but huge life lead here.
Maybe with the burnout he can make something happen, but we're not sure. Oh yeah,
again, Mike X just looking for those drive rushes. This must be frustrating.
Yeah. It's like he just knows when the drive rush timings are coming out, and he's poking for it. In particular, nice backdash on wake up to get away from the throw.
That's the back throw.
And he's spacing traps him so well with a little bit of a walk back with punish to the jab, and we're stuck in a situation that we don't want to be in again. Tries to bait him again.
Oh, and burning himself out. Mike X is going full throttle right now. Trying to go for a shimmy, no bait.
Galaxy Butter, though, gets to have their turn back. Still a little bit of drive bar here. Wonder if they can make anything happen from it.
Just moving back right now. Oh, Galaxy Butter almost in burnout themselves, but any convert here. Gotta imagine that Mike X is going to cash out on the 3 meters that he's sitting on.
Oh, watch out for the EX Sandblast. You know, he's been throwing some of those in. Uses the drive rush. Gonna burn themselves out for a little bit of pressure, but a poke back!
Oh, the overhead that didn't even combo. Mike X taking it. Good.
That was ruthless. So probably gonna see the Luke for the rest of the tournament with how much they've been playing it. And I was saying it earlier, it must be rough when you're playing an opponent who mains your character. And it's just like, I know what I'd want to do here. I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop you from doing it. It looks so rough.
Yeah, as you said, we were seeing that a lot with the drive rush timings. Just knew when a Ken player wanted to go and drive rush in, and it was just getting stuffed out. Sometimes with a stand fear, sometimes with a stand medium kick. It was absolutely, such an impressive performance there from Mike X. I think Luke might be the character. I think Luke is the right pick.
Especially in the standard fireball war and the footsie war. The Luke buttons felt good, and the fireballs definitely were just dying to Sandblast. It was kind of absurd, really, how many Sandblasts he could fire out before one Hadoken came out.
Well, yeah, they're quick. Luke a character, you know, in some conversations where some players are maybe downplaying him a little bit, but saying that is a character that maybe doesn't excel in anything in particular, but just does everything really, really well.
Yeah.
And you know, just having some of those fireball options, just being able to shut down Ken the way that they did.
Yeah, and a character I would think does everything well is Cammy. And like if Cammy can do everything well and be one of the best characters, I think Luke has the same capacity. Though he doesn't have a dive kick, he does have a fireball, so that's cool.
Yeah,
That's an interesting thought to think about. But maybe the Luke players can tell me otherwise. If you want to tell me about your Luke woes, DM me over at @vansweek_. You can see my tag right down there. I will listen to all your woes, but not now, because we're going to be moving on to the next match here. What would have been Sarah Blast versus Justin, but unfortunately Justin's not here, so we're going to be moving into the winner's side, I believe, with Noodle versus Nate Banks, like I was hyping up on the return of the break.
Yes, yeah. So we were talking earlier, right after the break, that, you know, Nate, we have not seen them play yet, but might be that Marissa, might be that Jamie pick, and of course, Noodle, a player who's been looking absolutely indestructible, no pun intended to Street Fighter 4, but looking indestructible throughout this bracket, and the Cammy has just been looking so strong. It is the Marissa pick. Here we go.
Here's the Marissa from Sanch. Island Marissa walking on up. Ooh, big fan of the teal green going on here. I guess it's more green than teal, but we can talk about the semantics codes later. Ooh, hey, check on the drive rush.
It's starting. We were talking about just the fear of the command grab of this character. Great check there from Noodle. That would have been real bad.
Ooh, great confirm on the counter hit back knuckle.
Yeah, definitely. Where Marissa struggles there. Oh, gonna use the level 1, but no, gets thrown out of it. It's not throw invincible.
It's not throw invincible? Oh, wow, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So either that was a great reaction from Noodle or an unfortunate interaction from the meaty situation.
Yeah, I don't think it was a reaction at all. It was just, you know, the safer option to go for, because it's, you know, one of Marissa's only reversal options, right? Marissa, a character that can absolutely get bullied on wake up, and that's the
oh, and
part.
there it is, that lack of anti-airs. Nate Banks opting for the parry instead.
Ooh.
Oh,
jump back. Are you kidding me? And again, the challenge from Noodle, just not afraid to put themselves into burnout, just does not want to deal with the Marissa pressure at all.
Yeah, and Noodle actually has been more willing to ship it with the DPs here. Just to reset the pace of the game, and it's been working out in their favor, though. We are in a neutral situation with a character like Marissa, and at this HP total, you might just explode. So play with life carefully here, Noodle.
Strong, great there. Great confirmed there from mid-screen. There's going to be a lot of damage there. Goes for the safe jump.
Oh, another one!
Again, the challenge from Noodle. No. Gotta imagine there that he was trying to look for the drive impact. I'm not sure if the meter ran out before he could drive impact, but...
I wonder, I heard a sound, and I think it was a buffered out drive rush.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was definitely a drive rush, but sometimes you can get the drive rush into drive impact during that screen freeze. And you gotta imagine that's what Nate was looking for, but sometimes you just don't have enough meter for that, because that costs 4 bars to do.
Yeah, it's true. It's very expensive here. Great tech, though. And again, Noodle puts himself in burnout. Can't break the armor here on the drive impact, and this is gonna be a lot of damage.
Oh, look at that life bar go. Nate just going in right now. Look at this Marissa play.
And a teep to finish it all off. A little bit of MMA here, just to keep your opponent at bay and taking the V for yourself.
I love the use of the jab here from Nate. We've been seeing him jab out some of Cammy's jump-ins as well, and just using that button in neutral. Not something that I see from a lot of Marissa players. It's really interesting, getting a lot of mileage off that from this matchup. And look at this damage here, going straight into the level 3.
That's so much damage. Oh my goodness. And the position is insane.
Oh, the drive impact. Is that enough?
Normally it's Noodle. Normally it's Noodle.
He's got all the resources. Okay, just a little bit, and gets the jump in. Oh my goodness, Nate tying it up 1-1.
Speaking about the stand jab to kind of anti-air, when you have a tall character like Marissa and you don't have really great anti-air, sometimes you work with what you got, and the stand jab, if it hits slightly higher, might be your best play.
shimmy there. Noodle starting off with some momentum here, trying to use those plus frames in the corner. Always a rough situation for any Marissa player to be there. Nice. I like the jump back jab, but not enough to get out.
Oh, wake up forward. Let's go. That's my boy. Sorry, I got
so
emotional.
Scary. There's the, yeah, there goes the drive impact in the corner. That's been really like the tail of Nate's damage there, as Noodle's never ready for those drive impacts.
I hope that kills. No, it doesn't. Marissa has a tiny bit more health than most characters, I believe. And Noodle might come to regret this being in burnout. No, just gonna play a little bit of footsies and stop Nate's approach. Takes the victory. Oh, and stand jab once again. Great confirm.
Look at that, just ready for it, catching the drive rush. Safe jump again, but the jump back from Noodle gonna get the corner swap here. The wake up, no, Noodle ready for it.
That's the corner. Oh, send it back. Oh, you can't drop these, Noodle. You gotta make sure your opponent is dead. Does it one more time just to make sure.
Oh, that was disrespectful. Right as he gets into burnout.
Yeah, with the pace, with that kind of pace, you can imagine that it's just kind of overwhelming for Nate. Because even with the one bar sitting on deck during burnout, it's just hard to figure out what's going on when these combos are not being finished, and you're kind of getting restood and reset in those scenarios.
Oh, wow, yeah, ready for the neutral jump there. Smarts up with the crouch fierce. Again, another safe jump, but the drive impact really Noodle. Gonna corner swap here, yeah.
Noodle definitely not playing to hold back this time around. If I see Noodle and Sarah Blast in Grand Finals, it's gonna be explosive. But it's gonna be up to Nate Bakes to defend that. Starting with the command grab here, and has the lead in this round. Here's another one. Check the back of your head. Woo!
The damage, that was two sequences there. Took almost half life. Great stuff here from Nate, looking really solid in this matchup. Getting a lot of those neutral jumps, getting some really solid, and look at the check on the drive rush. Are you kidding me?
And
Here comes the corner.
I think one thing that's been growing in Street Fighter 6 is being able to check those drive rushes. Because if you don't stop the drive rushes, you let your opponent kind of get out there. There's another one.
Oh, just a little bit of panicky play there from Nate, just trying to get out of the corner, and Noodle has been ready for it every time. And the less meter that Marissa has, the scarier it's going to be. Tries to look punished with the Gladius there. Great anti-air. Overhead, but blocked, and just a level 1 to get out. He says, get off me.
Yeah, does not want to risk that drive impact. With the way this matchup has been going, drive impacts seem to be aplenty. And using the meter to prevent it, all the better. Nice reaction here.
Just ready for it, was just absolutely buffering every time. I mean, that's the only reversal option when you're burnt out. So great awareness there from Noodle, knowing that Nate might have had some gaps in those strings, might have wanted to go for a command throw or a reset with a Superman punch.
All right, slowing the game pace down just a little bit. Gonna parry the jump in. Good reaction from Noodle with the hit stop. And it's probably gonna take big distance here.
Oh, ready for it this time. He said, no, you've been doing that too often.
And that's one hit. Can we see if we end it on 2? We're gonna be looking for 3.
Neutral jump! That's it! It's a level 3! And Nate tying it up 2-2. Ready for the reversal and dealing so much damage. Goodness gracious. We got a Marissa here in the Canada West bracket.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that you need to know about Noodle, is that Noodle's not afraid to show their entire hand and keep playing with it. And Nate says, I see your hand. I'm gonna counterplay.
Yes, yeah. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of reversals from both players. Just as I say, Noodle with the EX cannon spike, but
yeah, Nate definitely not a stranger to burning the meter in this matchup so far.
And you can see, yeah, you can see Nate also starting to respect the block strengths. He's blocking a lot more after his trip. Oh, really catching the drill with the drive impact.
Yeah, I think Noodle may have thought that they were gonna make it over on that jump in, but stayed same side and ended up getting punished. But it's okay. This is gonna be huge damage. Just needs a little bit more. And Amidi is going to secure it. Noodle moving on to set point.
You gotta imagine that was a little bit too obvious there from Nate. You know, Noodle was thinking about the drive impact as he was getting closer to the corner and he was burnt out. He was visually trying to react to the drive impact and just got the jump over. Closing out that round, here's the level 1.
Yeah, actually, big fan of using the level 1s. Oh, and we're just trading them now. Big fan of using the level 1 in this case instead of using the XDP so you don't burn yourself out as much. That was one of the things that I think Nate Banks was able to capitalize on. Great reaction! Imagine if it was burnt out. That wasn't coming out. And this should be the set here for Noodle. Moving into grand finals, Nate Banks is going to be meeting the winner of Mike X versus Ceroblast in losers.
What a match. Back and forth. Both players, level 1 reversal, DP. It was just the battle of disrespect, and Nate was looking really, really strong. Maybe started to get a little bit more too autopilot-y, and Noodle was able to adapt. You know, Noodle started to really look out for those drive impacts, started to look out for some of the reversal options that Nate was doing. So really, really good adjustment as the set went on. But man, Nate looked good, but Noodle is continuing his reign here at the Canada West bracket.
Yeah, and just like you said, when we opened up today, it's been a slobber knocker. starting with what we saw between Ceroblast and Stir Fry Ty, and then moving into the Luke just going buck wild and into this set. That was definitely a slobber knocker of a set. And trying to think of our position here, as we do have a weird time frame due to these DQs and delays. I think we're moving into the next match for losers.
I think we're going to quickly take a look at our Matcherino here.
Let's do that, yeah, because it has been a while. And oh, shoot, we've doubled up the prize pool from $675 to $1275. There's a little bit of math.
Get Suika hype, guys. There's nobody who gets happier with Matcherino than Suika.
Okay, look, I'll tell you guys right now. I'm just happy about money. It doesn't need to be my money. I'm just happy when money gets shuffled around. You know, capitalism. My version of capitalism. Let's get the money going. 30 codes left, chat. There it goes again. $13 dues. That is a McDonald's Happy Meal.
Let's go. Let's go. And of course, so thank you guys all. The Matcherino link should be above there. Thank you all who have supported and contributed. And of course, a big shout out to the World Warrior, the Canada West bracket. That's what we're on. We do this every single week for Wednesday night fights. And we have a schedule that leads all the way up to November for the regional finals. As you can see in the bottom left, the regional final for Canada West is November 8th. And for US West, it is November 15th. So of course, come back every Wednesday, hang out with us, see how these players adapt to each other, see how these players disrespect each other, because it's been so much fun so far.
Yeah, and of course, with all that being said and done, maybe it was a little bit too exciting of a slobber knocker. I'm going to need another quick breather. So I'm going to step back for just a minute, and then we will continue on with the bracket after a short break.
Welcome back, everyone, to Wednesday Night Fights, the World Warrior. We are talking all about Canada West. We are deep into the top 8 bracket. My name is Beirudi. I'm joined by the great drunk Suika, also known as just Suika. And we just saw, as we were saying, slobber knocker before this, man. You know, we saw some disrespect between Nate and Noodle. There was a back and forth match between the Marissa and Cammy. And all you guys are thinking, you know, Canadians, you guys are nice. You guys are sweet people. You just have your maple syrup. But no, when you got free healthcare, you go in. You reversal any chance you get. And that's what we saw. If you are
the region that made poutine, you would understand how rowdy we get.
That's a good way to say it.
If America made something that was just drizzled in, or not drizzled, drowned in gravy with cheese curds, they'd be as rowdy as us. But nope, that's ours. Poutine is ours. This matchup is ours. Canada West is ours. And we're about to continue on this bracket. We're going to go from Slobber Knocker, however, to a potential Lollapalooza between Zero Blast and Mike X. Mike X, of course, picking the Luke into the mirror. Might be just picking Luke more often than not now. Something I'll probably look into for the next time. And of course, Zero Blast narrowly avoiding defeat at the hands of the net play gods.
Yeah,
but able to tear it out from the world.
That's right. We saw some Wi-Fi suspect connection. We don't know what was going on, but let's see. I mean, Mike X has been looking so solid throughout this tournament. This Luke has just destroyed a few. Oh my goodness! Wow. Say that I'm cursing him, but Mike X is Luke has been really dominant. It seems like he's really ready for the Ken matchup, but there's not many Kens that play quite like Zero.
Yeah, and you can see Zero Blast, instead of checking the drive rushes with a normal, has been checking drive rushes with parry, which is good because other than throw, you're blocking everything with parry.
Yeah, here we go. Oh my god, the back throw there. Zero, not sure exactly what they were looking for in the corner here, but now they're burnt out. Oh, they're looking for the option. Oh, so you can't. And you quickly saw them buffering it. There was a second there before the drive impact where you saw Zero was absolutely buffering the entire time. So great situational awareness there. Level 1 through the drive impact.
Yeah, you can see Zero Blast is not going to fall for traps like that. Able to buffer out in the pressure. Just gonna add more pressure to you as the offender, really. Has Zero in the corner though.
Yeah, slowly walked her over to the corner here. Great jump in there from Zero, just finally getting the opening, bending a bit of meter here to maybe get even a bit more corner carry. And look at that, that's coast to coast.
Yep, just a drive rush away from the other end of the cage here. Quick meanie, double jab, but gets caught by a jab who was holding up forward.
I can imagine, yeah, going to go into level 3 smart stuff here. That might not be enough here, but it's one mix-up away. And Zero's not going to be quite in burnout, but very close. Oh, the wake up! You gotta imagine Zero didn't know that she didn't have enough life to absorb any more damage.
Yeah, it was pretty close. If it was a lighter normal, maybe, but even with a lighter normal, you probably Gatling it.
Yes, exactly. Just a really risky option. Not exactly sure what Zero was looking for there, but here comes Mike X, the plus overhead into throw.
And now Zero Blast, she's stuck in a situation. Was able to make their way out last time, but the DP on deck from Mike X able to secure this and perhaps secure game 1.
The whiff punish on the crouch medium kick using Luke's stand strong. So good. You're noticing Mike X actually maybe has a bit of Zero's number there. You know, a lot of respect on wake up is what we're seeing from Mike X. We're seeing like a lot of walk up and then just blocking, just as I say it. Seeing move back a lot on wake up and just waiting for Zero to do something crazy like jump out of the corner.
Yeah, and I think what it just comes down to is Mike X is very aware of all the potential wake up options that these Ken players are willing to take and is rotating their offensive options in tandem.
Here comes Zero, got Mike X in burnout here. It's gonna be a little scary. Wow, fishes for the jump in and gets it.
No, it's meaty!
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, speaking of rotating options in tandem with your opponent's wake-up options, Zero Blast takes that all off and takes the rest with a baited throw tech on wake-up. That's offense.
Yeah.
Ooh, one throw.
Wow.
What a check!
Yeah, absolutely incredible check here. I love that. Jumping over after the wall bounce to get the corner.
Oh, Jinrai just a little too far away. Wake up DP though. Mike can take that. Has a little bit of extra HP. Does not recover.
That the neutral jump so late. That should be it. Oh no. Oh, but want to go to level 2. But okay, just enough. Okay, yeah, just gonna save it for the next one. Safe,
yeah.
Save stuff from Mike X, but it's so scary in this game, especially against the Ken player who has level 3 loaded up. It could have been one mix-up away from Sero.
Ooh. Got a little bit of hit. Gonna kick towards the corner. Tries to anti-air, but it's a jump over.
Oh, no, level 3. Okay, looking for some sort of button there. Again, you notice this from Mike X. Holding back a lot on Wake Up offense.
Oh, wonder what that was about. But maybe just misinput. No punish there, so no reason fretting over it. Gonna walk up, throw towards the corner. That's crazy.
Yeah, Sero getting a lot of mileage off of this drive rush jab. Ready for the jump in here. Scary stuff situation from Mike X, but nope. Throws him out of the corner.
Oh, just out of the range of Sandblast, who was trying to aggress. Gets the...
That's it. Oh my goodness. Sero Blast so clutch. And using that level 3 to close it out. Oh my goodness. Out of all the options, the last bit of meter there to put herself into burnout, uses the drive impact at the perfect time.
Yeah, that was crazy. And if you look at it, she was waiting for the Sandblast to come out and tried to aggress with the drive rush. That's just some crazy spatial awareness, you know. That's some matchup awareness.
Here comes the corner here. Sero with the safe jump. Continuing the pressure. EX Hadouken plus on block. Look at this. Mike X not even wanting the drive reversal or anything.
Great DP here. Baited out a response. And was able to continue this corner present. Tried to parry it. Tried to parry it again.
Jumps. What's going on? Oh,
and now the tables have turned. The Lazy Susan has spun around. We're going to see if Sero Blast can continue to hold this life lead or if this corner position is just too dangerous.
Nice. Here's the pressure from Mike X. Oh, no. Ready with the level 1 reversal there. Sero getting out while in burnout. And wow, just the drive rush. Heavy into anti-air, really? Crazy.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't DP, but you know, whatever works, works. And Sero's gonna take round 1 here, game 3.
Sero not afraid to put herself into burnout. Nice jump, neutral jump there. Keep Mike X in the corner. Says, hey, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, and another DP. Sero has been having great control of this corner position. No risk taken.
Here comes a bit of pressure from Mike X. Gonna be an uphill battle. Uses the target combo. Dash back to bait the throw. Again. Oh my goodness. Gonna go into level 3. Burnout. That's gonna be enough. Mike X barely staying alive. So optimal. And that should be it.
Yeah, Mike X really running it all the way back with a couple of pokes while Sero Blast was backing off. Maybe backing off a little too hard, which caused just enough opening to be able to turn around. That being said, a meter disadvantage of 3 whole bars can mean a lot, depending on how Sero Blast decides to open it up.
Opening it up with the level 3, gonna cash out early here, take a bit of that drive gauge, and Mike X is gonna be left in the corner. We saw how good Sero was keeping Mike X in the corner. Let's see if that's gonna continue.
And again, we find ourselves in the corner where Mike X was losing so much health, so many of these situations.
Oh, that perfect parry.
And now the tables once again.
Wow, gets a whip punish.
Okay.
Oh, jump out, gets the cross cut, but that's what Sero wanted. Sero just wanted to get out of the corner, so not a bad trade for Sero.
Especially with the life total that Sero had. Can just play with the parry here, get a little bit of that drive gauge back. They're trading mediums in the sky, but that should be it.
And Mike X keeping it alive 2-1.
That's like some Ken brain shit right there. Yeah, they both just jumping each other with medium kicks.
Impressive stuff. Nice, I love that. Going for the drive rush short. We have been seeing Sero hold back a lot during block strings, so you imagine that Mike X is trying to catch him walking back a lot now during these strings. I think that's exactly why he started to go for that block strength. Oh, the jump back beats the crouch fierce anti-air. Oh,
someone told me that normal was better than dive kick, and
it is such a good normal.
I'm
there.
inclined to believe it. Thank you, chat, for the information. I might be playing Luke soon. Great, perfect parry.
No conversion there.
Oh, counter hit. What did you hit? I don't know, but we're going to be sent back to the corner. And this position has been so bad, it might be more than enough to take this life lead back. And there it is. I don't think it'll kill. Not even close. Gets one throw. Just needs another.
Fake safe jump. And ready for it. Cero blast. Are you kidding me? So big brained. Just ready for everything. And you can see how Cero has really conditioned Mike X to never jump in the corner after what we saw a few matches ago, where he just kept on getting that Shoryuken and keeping him in there, and the jump back jabs were just on point. And it's really gotten to Mike's head here, where he's really dealing with that corner pressure, not really using jump as an option.
This all started off of a jump jab air to air, by the way. Gonna be sent back to the corner. Chuck once. Ooh, we chuck again. How about a third time for the children?
Oh, ready for it. That's it. You're dead. Oh, you messed up. Oh, no.
Oh,
okay,
lucky, yeah. No, very, very rare that a scramble ends up in such a bad state for both players, but Mike X is able to clinch it back and is going to be on set point, actually. Cero Blast going to have to work here.
Oh, yeah, a little bit too obvious of a jump there. Mike X ready for it. Cero Blast sitting on full meters and fighting for her tournament life.
Great confirm. It's a little expensive, but we're going to get the corner position once again off of this chuck.
Oh, the DP, who haven't seen Mike X really reversal too often throughout the set.
Yeah, actually has a DP and hasn't been using it outside of anti-airs, which means it's still an unknown threat here for Cero.
Oh, that's a punish.
Bait it.
Yeah, that's a punish. Gonna go to level 3. Yeah, he built some of that drive gauge back while freezing Mike the God's drive gauge. Let's see. I mean, he's got to respect the reversal. Right now, Mike is sitting on critical art, so really scary stuff.
Yeah, both players can probably die from one touch here.
Oh my god, threw a fireball. That is so scary. Cero, do not throw fireball.
Okay, meter is back here.
Oh, punish! But no meter to convert. And that is it. Mike X closing it out 3-1. Great conversion.
Yeah, maybe Luke is the answer here for all these people who are not having a good time against Ken. Maybe Luke is the answer.
Yeah, I mean, Cero, she played really well, man. She was like really solid. I just feel like Mike X was always able to either escape the corner or to really cash out big on those big opportunities. Like, there's a few big jump ins that happened, and as you said, there was, I feel like that experience of playing Ken is giving Mike X a lot in this matchup, because he's making it look like Luke wins this matchup for free.
That set was definitely not free, but
no,
definitely
not free.
definitely having the experience of playing Ken. We were saying it all day that this Mike X guy, this Ken player playing Luke. What are they thinking? Well, I can see what they're thinking. They're taking their Ken knowledge and applying it against Ken. That's crazy.
yeah. Just utilizing those strong buttons, the crouch strong, to catch those drive impacts, and just really good use of meter magic. We didn't even see Sandblast play a huge role in that, but just the anti-airs were on point. And, Mike X just looking like he's a threat in this bracket. As we keep moving forward, I imagine we're going to go over to winner's side, is it?
Nope, we're going to continue to losers finals, I believe, with Nate Banks waiting for the winner of that last set. Which
Nate's Marissa has been the tale of this bracket so far. That's right.
We're going to see if Mike X can break the Marissa here. Noodle, of course, waiting for the winner of this match.
Hey, man, he could be waiting for the waiter, too.
I'm always waiting for the waiter. I'm just a little too shy to engage with the waiter when it's a little busy, but not now, not ever. In this particular moment, we're going to be seeing the Marissa versus the Luke. Waiter's going to win.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna check on maybe we're just having some connection issues, but we will. It looks like they are good to go whenever. So, Marissa versus Luke.
Yeah.
I've played this game and watched this game quite a bit at this point, and I don't know if I've seen a lot of Marissa versus Luke somehow.
Yeah, I mean, one thing's, the sand blasts are going to be a little bit risky. You got to respect the Superman punch. And, obviously Luke has incredible buttons to whiff punish Marissa. So you can't really Gladius and try and spear through too much on whiff, because Luke's just got that stand fierce and it just deals so much damage. So it's a bit of a tricky matchup for Marissa, but like Marissa can absolutely deal with the sand blast pressure. But, Marissa, a character that can also whiff punish, the crouch medium kicks. It could be a total back and forth, but, you can imagine that Luke's probably got a few more tools to make this a little bit annoying for Marissa.
Yeah, and, I mean, we talked about it ever since we saw the Marissa, the lack of a reliable anti-air tool.
Yeah.
Meaning Luke can just hit that heavy punch in the sky and poke out an eye, and we'll see how that goes. So we're gonna see if there's gonna be a way for Nate here to police both the sky and the ground against his Luke.
You couldn't have said it better. That's right. That is a big factor. I mean, there's a few characters in this game that actually have a pretty much difficult time to anti-air. I mean, you even think about a character like Rashid, who's got he's got an invincible anti-air, obviously, that he can burn meter and do his EX spinner, but also just the regular anti-air options get stuffed by some of these deep, hitting aerial attacks, just like Luke standing fierce. So yeah, that jump in might play a really big factor in this matchup. But as we're talking earlier, we're seeing some Marissa players pick up modern Marissa, as it's actually apparently better in certain matchups. So it's so interesting to see some players pick up the same character but in modern version as well to cover other matchups. But here,
I can definitely see it just as having access to your tools faster kind of deal. Being able to whiff punish on a quicker command is always a threat, so to speak.
Oh, and there's that jump in we're talking about, but Nate opted to go for the parry there, which is a great option if you want to do it late. Chance of getting that perfect parry.
Yeah, and of course it just blocks in general, which is super huge. But we can see that one jump in did put Nate in a position of oh no.
Yeah, the shimmy there. Mike X just, bullying right Nate, and Nate probably does not want to burn any more bar here, as this match is a bit of a write-off. Could have tried to challenge with the level 1, but probably best to
hold on to the meter. Oh, base the throw. Mike X is really feeling it right now.
He is baiting everything right now in that crouch strong shimmy. Are you kidding me? Got the counter hit this time instead. Level 3. That's it.
No way. We're not starting this set on a double P. We are.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even notice, Suika.
Oh my goodness. Nate Banks might need to change the pace here and figure something out, because that was unfortunate.
Yeah, right now, Mike X finding really good times. Nice. I like the check there on the walk forward. But yeah, Mike X has been doing a good job fighting some of those jump ins and really using Sandblast at really good times. Here comes Nate with the command throw. Oh, we ready for it with the EXDP. Great challenge. Nice jump back jab, keeping him in the corner.
Even more so, just stopping the air approach from Mike X will be huge with those jump back jabs, right?
Yeah, Nate finding some solid whiff punishes this time around. Gonna use a Superman punch. Oh, tried to jump back jab, but was a little too late there, Nate.
Yeah, there's another one. Nate really trying to police these jump ins. The damage is not enough to stop Mike X from wanting to do it, but if it piles up enough, we might have to think about it.
Oh my god, I mean, that is one of the best options against that normal, because there's so much recovery on it. Luke standing medium kick, but the fact that Nate was just ready with a drive impact, like, did he know he was going to use it? So good.
Yeah, I've always advocated for using drive impact. Ooh. Oh, we sent it! And it works. I've always advocated for drive impact as like a poke tool, because it just seems so good when you have characters who can poke with non-cancelable normals that are really good.
He tried again. Nate trying to get a lot of mileage off of that command grab. That's going to be good damage, but no punish. Nate with a big drop.
And Beast Mode Baby coming out, just going to punish that reckless approach, really, and get a lot of this drive gauge back. That's huge. Big DP. We're looking for another one.
Yeah, Nate getting a little bit little bit too antsy here, losing a bit of patience here, was trying to capitalize too much. And that's a scary thing with Street Fighter 6, right? It's like, you don't want to be too reckless when your opponent is burnt out as well. So sometimes the better option is just to wait it out if the positioning does not seem right. Oh, the neutral jump to bait the throw. Look at this.
And we're not dropping our hits this time around. There's the parry. Maybe thought that he was going to let go of the parry and hit a button this time, but he just held it. Great perfect parry.
Oh no, he was still airborne. Maybe throw would have been a better option, but here comes a level 2. Might put Marissa into burnout here? No, not quite enough.
Yeah, just not enough, but it's a little dubious. Though with Nate having the HP lead here, doesn't need to take too big a risk, can just play around and see how it goes.
Right now, Nate's just got to chill out. He understands that the drive gauge is coming back, but he's got a small life lead and a lot of meter here, so... You know, Luke, so scary. Oh. Wow, the delayed crouch strong, so good. Catches it. Oh, and then mash up to level 1? Are you kidding me?
That was crazy from Mike X. Just awareness, or maybe just face. Blind face.
Chip, he's going for chip. No, not quite enough. Just a little bit. Oh my goodness, Nate, just with the miscalculation.
It was that close. It was a pixel. That's a will to kill, and it wasn't even a combo.
Oh, that was painful. Oh my goodness, just because Nate had the right idea, but miscalculated just by a sliver.
One throw. Corner position has been taken. Tries to bait a throw tech, but Nate holds back. Ready to go, sends the DP, goes into burnout, but with this much of an HP lead, will it matter? Both players with the throw!
Yeah, he's gotta watch out for level 1. Nice, so smart. Nate, gotta imagine he's, you know, catching on to some of these reversals here from Mike X, especially with Super.
All right, walking him back to the corner. Mike X is gonna get that drive gauge back, but not before taking a little bit of extra damage on the side, and a little damage on the side might be enough for this next situation!
Again, one more mix up. What is it? Oh, the drive impact, the perfect parry. The scaling, though, it's not going to be enough damage. He's going to need one more mix up. Oh,
and that's it. The mix up was throw.
Goodness gracious. Mike X just always barely surviving every round.
Ooh, lack of anti-air showing itself right there.
And that was the jump in we were talking about. Okay, Nate sitting on 3 meters here, but doesn't want to be too nice. Gets the catch here. It's going to be pretty decent damage. Not going to cash out quite yet.
More importantly, can just die with 3 meters on the bar there. Gonna get the perfect punish, or the perfect parry.
So smart. Yeah, I went for the drive impact there to burn out Nate. So aware there, Mike X.
Oh, he can't jump in. Mike X has been so good on those DPs right now.
Yeah, he does have to respect the level 3, as that's an option. But Nate gets out of the corners, looking good for him. Good, about to build that drive gauge back. There it is.
Oh, gets in over this drive. Oh, and an anti-air.
Fierce and the overhead. Let's go, Nate. Just
and got to hold on to all the meter. That's huge.
That is huge. Yeah, that's a really big victory here for Nate if he can capitalize and get some damage here.
Especially with your lack of reversal, being able to have meter on the back end, always nice, especially since Mike X was probably the first person to get hit by a super reversal from Nate Banks today. Oh, called out the jump?
Yeah, he was either looking for maybe reversal. I know sometimes you can actually neutral jump Luke's reversal. Oh, the grab. This has been working out so well here for Nate. He's been utilizing that so much. And the jab check here. Gonna be a bit of damage. Gonna burn bar. No, gonna keep the mix up. And he was ready for it this time. Nate getting the first match on board.
Yeah, there was such a big life deficit that you can send a slow anti-air, and as if it trades in your favor. And that's what Nate was probably thinking about when he hit that button.
And Nate's been adjusting really well to some of these, you know, especially the neutral jump there. For him to be so aware to use the crouch fierce there to anti-air, it means that he's really picking up on Mike. Oh, the jump out, nice, ready for it with the crouch fierce again. Oh, tried to go for the throw, but too much blocks, and probably the burnout messed him up there.
Oh, he tossed him! And now meter burnt for Mike, but he does have drive. The situation here is a little bit grim. One throw, no more meter. You gonna jump this?
Oh, he's ready for What? And Nate! Oh my goodness. With the counter, are you kidding me?
Yeah, good anti-air this time around. Blocks the overhead, but he's losing scrambles here. And these scrambles are leading to so much damage.
Nice, wow. Keeping him in the corner again with the anti-air. And the command grab, that should be it. And the perfect to seal it out. Nate taking game 4 so quickly.
I think Nate has caught on to something here. A little, Nate coming in with a jump in, a little bit of a scrambly jump in, but just waited after the hit and watched Mike X try to leave. And that was actually super huge. Hopefully we can have more of those adjustments here as the set goes on. But this is the last game of the set.
Drive impact, are you kidding me? Can he get a corner swap here? No, he's gonna take the damage. I like that option. Oh yeah, just a little too slow. Tried to crouch fierce there, but was a little late. Got to make sure that throw is meaty for that to work, but jumps out. Here comes Nate. Oh, neutral jump again.
Yeah, he's really hard baiting on these throws and potentially DPs, but this time around didn't work out. Mike X gonna win the situation on the ground and ended off with a little bit of meter usage. And once again, set point here for Mike X. Great anti-air. Is gonna allow Nate to get the pressure, get the turn.
Oh yeah, those are plus frames, Mike. It's not your turn to press buttons. Look at this damage. If he can close out this round. Oh, that almost. Oh, that was a safe jump, but maybe mistimed.
Yeah, that safe jump looked a little bit sloppy, but that's just the nature of the beast when you're playing at that pace. You don't have everything down to a science.
The jab check.
Mike X can't even. Mike X can't even. Yeah. Cannot drive.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Nate Banks with the clutch has 3 bars, though Mike X is not too far off either. Here comes Mike X with some pressure.
No way! No way! Check out my shoulder!
My goodness. This is such good damage, and look at the corner positioning. Drive impact here. This is looking really good for Nate, but he's going to need a little bit more after this.
He's just not blocking! He's just not blocking! It's over for Mike X! Going down at 3rd place! What? Bears off screen! He got hit! He got hit! Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness. Nate with the adjustment. So good. That was looking... You know, this is the thing, man. We talk about 3 out of 5s. We talk about longer sets in these top 8s. And just the comeback that Nate did. You know, the adjustments we saw to the neutral jumps. You know, with the anti-airs were so on point. We saw that crouch fierce coming into play, where earlier in the set he was really relying on the jump back jab, but just was ready for some of Nate's throw punishes. And man, that was really impressive.
Yeah,
and just
I think
that
what really
3.
what sealed the deal for me was that level 3, because sometimes it's okay to send it, especially on a drive rush, because the drive rush is like the buffers on drive rush, things just come out after the fact. So like if that drive rush jab was buffered, it's coming. Yeah. And he saw the drive rush, he said, all right, you dead. And it takes the corner. That's insane. Marissa, definitely a hidden gem right now that people just need to explore a little bit more. But before we can explore that, we're gonna have to shimmy over to the Matcherino, because we still have some codes to use up. If you guys can type in !Matcherino for us, you can see that we still have, my eyes are not so great. I think that's 30 something codes or 23. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure you guys will be able to click that 3 times, boom, 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 and we're good to go. 32 codes now remaining. Thank you guys so much. You can also get all the information about Wednesday Night Fight's World Warriors there if you want to check out the point spread or how much people will make, or what the schedule even looks like if you want to participate. It's all there in the Matcherino. Just make sure you click on claim code while you're there. That being said, while you're there, please take some time to read, because we're going to need a little bit of a breather as we step out for just a minute before we head on to grand finals. Welcome back, everybody, to West Canada World Warrior Pro Tour here at Level Up. And we got grand finals coming up, a run back between Noodle versus Nate. Nate v. Nate. The fate of two worlds.
I mean, that's been the story of this set so far. Nate just making it through with his Marissa, looking so good, clutching it out last game. But Noodle is kind of our rating champion. I mean, Justin Wong won last week. Noodle came second, and he's just been clearing through winner's side without any issues at all. And I am super curious to see, because the more we've been seeing Nate play with his Marissa here, the stronger he's looked. And this tournament could be his for the taking, as long as he can, adjust to this oppressive Cammy that Noodle plays.
Yeah, and if there was one character that could really exemplify how bad your character's anti-airs are, it's a character with a dive kick. A good one at that. So we're gonna see how Nate plays around it. Maybe they try to meet them in the sky. Maybe they try to space it out like how they were earlier. I believe it was that set where Nate was really making great space of Noodle's dive kicks.
Yeah,
I might be incorrect. That may have been the Mike X versus Cammy match.
Oh, you're right. We saw Nate also use, the first time in the set, use that stand jab actually as a really good option. We saw some whiff punisher with a stand jab, but also seeing some faraway jump-ins get stuffed by the stand jab, which is something that I've not seen a lot of Marissa players do. Of course, the jump back jab is an option, and then we saw the crouch fierce work really well in Nate's previous set. But here we are, grand finals, World Warrior, Canada, West, Noodle versus Nate.
Ooh, tried to whip punish it there, but that dive kick landed a little too quickly. Great cannon spike from Noodle. And Noodle probably, again, taken in from the advice of Justin himself. He buffer in that DP whenever he can, moving around a neutral. That's so much damage for him.
Oh, great perfect parry there. Sometimes it's a great option to deal with some of these safe jumps, and Noodle just ready for it.
Oh, whiff throws here, just a little too far away. Trying to feel each other out again. Yeah, despite playing in winner side finals, these the little break in between, you're gonna have to relearn how your opponent plays.
Oh, Noodle, we've been seeing him do that so much just early in the set, just to stop some of those frame traps, stop some of those block strings, and just slow down the momentum in general. That's punishable. No.
Yeah, when you DP through a lot of those block string gaps and such, you really start making your opponent. Is he dead? Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, Noodle just, utilizing that level 1 to close out the round. Wasn't sure if he was close enough for the crouch medium kick confirmed, so just making sure and spending that bar to do it. Oh, here comes the reversal.
Oh, that's actually a sizable amount of damage for armor, but sends up another DP. As I was saying, DPing those gaps makes a player want to change their offense so that they don't have those gaps anymore, or they just leave it open for Noodle to exploit. So we'll see how that affects in the long run. Long sets, of course, do have that capability. Ooh.
Great jab checks here from Nate, but Noodle always finding a way in, burning himself out.
The life total here between both players is pretty equal, so being in burnout might be the scariest thing right now. Does have meter, gets the counter.
Oh, that's it. Oh, no, just not close enough, and catches it with the drive rush with the level 1 Noodle. Taking the first game so aware.
That was definitely ascending if I've ever seen it. But it works out for Noodle, and honestly, that's kind of like a charming point of Noodle's gameplay. They're not afraid of using their meter and their resources to really stop their opponent.
Overhead. Just go straight for another overhead afterwards. A double mix up there. Is that enough? Yes, it is.
Unfortunately, Cammy's DP forward moved quite a bit actually forward. So a jump over is what the doctor prescribes in that scenario. Tries the parry, but nothing comes out.
Great fishing for the neutral jump. Noodle ready for it.
Yeah, just like you said, not throw in vuln, just gonna scoop him out of it. Tries to tech throw him, but just a little bit too far.
Here comes Nate. He's finding a lot of stray hits here. Usually, I love that. Charging up the Gladius here. In great position. Just can't let Noodle out of the corner. One more mix-up here for Nate, and that's it.
Great anti-air in the jump in here.
Are you kidding me? Stand roundhouse anti-air. So good.
And a dive kick in neutral.
Level 1. That might not be enough. Yeah,
Not
you need
even
more.
close.
No, ready for it. Nguyen was gonna go for the level 3, and that's all of Nate's resources going into the final round.
Yeah, it's definitely something you want to consider as you're playing through these matches, whether or not you want to use your meter, since meter does go through between the rounds. And Nate Banks gonna have a deficit here. Does put Noodle into burnout though. That's gonna be huge. Dive kicks, see bad anti-airs, exemplified by dive kicks.
Yeah, really tough there. Was ready for the anti-air, but obviously the dive kick kind of delays your jump a little bit there. So Nate Banks pressing that button too early, but now opting to use jump back normals. I like this option a little bit more. Here comes the stun. It's gonna be big damage.
Oh. Yep, using all the resources gets the mix.
What? Oh, but Noodle again.
That was so slick.
What was that? I have never seen that. I don't know if that was on purpose or if that was some new mix-up. That was crazy.
That definitely was the no mix-up where you go same side after doing all this complicated stuff. Unfortunately, is unable to capitalize on it completely because Noodle had the resources to DP back out. And right now, it's looking like a blowout for Nate Banks.
Yeah, I remember actually some tech being posted on Twitter of some Marissa players having some cheeky cross-ups in the corner. So really wondering if that's what Nate was going for, but just messed up the setup. Or if Noodle was just ready for it with the reversal.
Oh, speaking of being ready, was ready for the stance here. Another cross-cut DP.
Yeah, Noodle just has been so solid with those, reversal options. I feel like there's been so few times where Nate's actually blocked the DP, and that's been really hurting him.
Unfortunately, Noodle had part of the input for the DP, but did not get it out. The life totals equal here. Nope, never mind. The drive rush into poke your toes. One throw is going to end it all. Great throw escape.
Oh, the jab check. Here you go. Here comes Nate. Going to get a little bit of damage here. Goes for the setup. The safe jump into throw. Not going to be quite enough, but so close.
I wonder if there was a combo that could happen off.
Oh, no.
Oh, you don't have enough HP.
So good. So good. Nate keeping himself alive here.
Oh, we've calmed down the slobber knocker. The Lollapalooza's become a match of the science. Nice jump back jab to stop the jumps.
This is what we've been seeing. I mean, the longer the set goes, the stronger Nate looks a lot of times. Oh, great drive impact there. Nate was committed to that target combo.
Yeah, and the target combo just not fast enough to bust through that kind of armor.
Oh, what? They're staring at each other. What's going on? Nate not pressing any button after that.
Yeah, just a little bit of fear between both players. One saw gold flash, one saw parry. We don't know what to do anymore. Though Noodle does get the corner once again. Jump out. Check out the eagle spray.
He actually beat out the anti-dip. That's going to go to level 3. Yeah, Noodle going to cash out here. Going to be on set point. But Nate is still absolutely in this, sitting on critical art.
Yeah, the level 3 in the back pocket, especially with a character who can two-touch you.
Yeah, gonna have to think about that.
That's gonna be huge.
The reversal option is there too, so Noodle won't be able to bully as much as he likes.
Makes their way in. Check out my liver blow.
Here comes corner pressure. He gets a safe jump. Noodle with the jump back, but Nate gets the tech.
And the second touch has been averted so far. Up back jab.
Oh, the whip punish.
Level
3. He's got to cash out now. That's not going to be quite enough, but this is the perfect thing to do as Noodle's going to be close to the corner and in a major life deficit. Oh, even the corner ready for the drive impact, and Nate bringing it up to 2-1, keeping it alive.
Yeah, that meter deficit definitely paid off. Just unable to kill Nate fast enough when he had his turn, and when Nate got the last poke into death, that just kind of was it. Great counter poke into spiral arrow.
Yeah, this crouch strong, one of the best buttons. I mean, we see Punk do that all the time, just catching every drive impact with that button, or drive rush, sorry.
All right, check out my plus frames, and just gonna back off. Yep.
Perfect
parry.
Yeah, not gonna be a lot of damage on this, but it's gonna get a bit of a setup. Oh, to get into the throw.
It's so scary. What do you do? There's so many options off of it, but Nate relents. He backs off, lets Noodle out, and when the Noodle is let out, it makes a mess all over your table, let me tell you.
Look at this jab right now. Nate just trying to stay alive in the corner here, but Noodle using Cammy's walk speed so well. Again, another throw. One more mix-up away for Nate.
Oh, Noodle doesn't bet at all. Nate a little too afraid to even get close. But we are definitely at a game of touches here.
Gets the drive rush check with the crouch jab. Nate just ready for it.
Yeah, Noodle definitely tried to drive rush punish the Fafnir there, but just a little slow, and Nate definitely using it as a bait, if anything. Great anti-air.
Yeah, gets the overhead. Yeah, uses the plus frames to set up the throw. So smart.
All right, we're gonna bar throw out of the situation, back to neutral, back to mid screen. With a little bit of a life lead in Noodle's way, we're gonna see if Nate can change that, and he is definitely trying right now.
Nice. I love the use of that jump back jab. It's been such a prominent aerial throughout the set, and it's just been getting him out of that drill pressure.
Yeah, being able to stop. Oh,
are you kidding? That should be it. That should be it.
That shouldn't work. But
oh
it was so
my
early.
goodness. Caught it really early up, and Nate's gonna tie it up 2-2.
That like wasn't even a reaction, you know? That was like
I don't know what he was looking
I'm poking
for.
out with drive impact, and Noodle was already in the process of like, yeah, I'll dive kick.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting.
Dude, that doesn't work.
I mean, that drill did look a little high, so I mean, I don't want to take any credit away from Nate. Maybe he knew. He's like, hey, listen.
Maybe he knew. That's true.
Maybe he knew. Maybe he's just
he's the one in Master, not I. That's for sure. All right, Noodle bets it out.
Nice, throws him out of there. I'm not sure exactly what Nate was trying to do on Wake Up here. Some throw loops coming from Noodle.
Catch the third one. There's always a third. Oh,
Again,
no.
using that so well. Never ready for it, and gets a throw. That's enough. And Nate, one round away from resetting the bracket. I love the way that Nate's been really approaching this neutral against Noodle.
Yeah, and right now with these life leads that Nate has been getting on Noodle, taking a DP or two is not too bad.
Oh, I think he got him. He got him. There's gonna be some
Oy.
good damage here. What's the mix-up? Nice check there from Noodle. But burns himself out.
Oh,
It's gonna
no!
be big damage. That should be it. I think he closes out. Oh my goodness. And Nate resets the bracket here in Grand Finals with the Marissa play. I'm telling you exactly what I said while going through this bracket. The longer that Nate plays, the better he looks. And you don't want to give this Marissa too many opportunities to understand the flow of the matchup.
Yeah, I'm concerned because Noodle in Burnout whiffing a DP there does not seem characteristic. It had to be a misinput or something. Just I couldn't tell you. And like mistakes like that will get you killed. And we're in a reset. It was 2-0 at the start.
Suika's lost for words right now, everyone. But here we go, bracket reset. And we're going to see how well Noodle can adjust and change anything up throughout the set.
Yeah, and huge thing, Nate Banks able to really stop a lot of dive kicks and just stop that position from Noodle.
Yeah, even though it's not a lot of damage, unfortunately, it still kind of, gets into the Cammy player's head of like, hey, I can't really jump in for free all the time. So it's something that's really good to establish early, and Nate's been doing that well. But here comes Noodle with the corner pressure. Oh, wow. Just jump out here from Nate. It's going to be a long uphill battle, but the jump back roundhouse closing it out for Noodle.
Yeah, with how often Nate has been doing stance in the command throw on Noodle and Meaty, the wake up back was eventually going to happen.
Oh, nice. Yeah, gets to throw on wake up. Not exactly sure. Nate's sometimes trying for that counter on wake up. Just a really risky option. It's been thrown at a few times, but look at Nate ready for the neutral jump. Gets the overhead. More mix-ups, plus frames, and Noodle says, no, get me out of here.
Oh, no. Spiral arrow, get another one. Yep. What's the mix here? One throw. It's not enough. Just needs a tiny tap more.
Oh,
and he sends it.
No, Noodle was ready for that. Says, hey, I know you got that. locked in. That's your only reversal. I'm going to play it safe. We've got this big life lead. I'm up 1 game.
Yeah, we've seen this happen. This same exact story occurred about 15 minutes ago. Too bad.
Again, getting a punish counter. Not exactly sure what Nate's going for there on Wake Up. But that was a punish counter throw, doing a little bit more damage.
Ooh, that was a good DP, but unfortunately got jab checked out of his own pressures, thrown to the corner.
Oh,
and cannot react to the drive rush, drive impact. There's just too many things on the screen.
Safe jump. Here comes Nate here. Close to death, but again, the jump back. We're seeing Noodle do that a lot of neutral jumps to kind of catch Nate in the air. The empty jump low. It's scary.
Reaction to the drive rush is so big, but
kidding me? Out of all the options, goes for the low after the stance. Nate Banks staying alive.
Yeah, I saw Noodle try to walk back, thought another command grab was coming, but unfortunately, just gonna take one of those Muay Thai shin kicks. Gets the corner position quick early here, though.
That worked. Yeah. I'm gonna say, get off of me. Gonna burn a bit of meter. Smart option. Finally gets the reversal punish here. It's one of the first times we've seen Nate block the DP.
Yeah, this happened a few times, but it happens rarely. Wake up, jab, jab, spiral arrow. I have no regard for my HP at the current moment. I want to take yours away instead. Ooh, sweep. Meaty. It's so meaty. He got a combo. Yeah. Going into level 3 here.
Smart option. Nate Noodle trying to just keep himself alive here. Knows that it was a 1 combo game, and burning the bar was definitely the right choice.
Yeah. So again, we talked about meter disadvantages before, and Nate sitting on that too. So the reversals do exist. Something Noodle probably should think about again, trying to bait, because that didn't work out great in the last set. Perfect parry here.
Yeah, you said it best, you know, like right now we see Nate do really well in some of these scrambly situations, but every single round has started with Noodle pushing Nate to the corner right away. And, you know, it just goes to show how good Noodle is playing the neutral here. Oh,
missed the cross-cut DP!
Yeah, I think he accidentally got drill there. It looked like EX drill instead of DP, so got stuffed out. But right now, Noodle's sitting on a big life lead, even though he's burnt out.
1 bar still exists though, so you can't be thinking that you could just drive impact this man. We've seen Noodle react.
Crazy jump in there. Noodle wasn't ready for it. And Nate trying to play the slow. I like this, but reaction level 1, that should do it.
I said it 10 seconds ago. Nate, you should have been listening on the stream. Noodle can react. And Noodle, what a reaction that was.
Yeah, Noodle looking so solid. He's always ready with those level 1 reactions, and you know, some of the whiff punishes have been on point. And these exchanges in the beginning around have almost always gone in Noodle's favor.
Yeah, but now we're gonna see if Noodle can really like close it out. Was 2-0 last time?
A target combo check with the jab. I love it there. Nate just using all the normals.
Oh! That's a normal I don't see every day. Nice sweep trade.
Oh,
and
yeah,
gonna buffer the DP out of that.
I'm telling you, how many DPs has Noodle landed in this match, and how many has Nate punished?
And that's
because it has to be about 10-1.
Yeah, that's not even the first time that someone has done that to Nate. I think Mike X buffered DP in that particular situation as well. Oh, tried something.
Yeah, great stuff there, converting off of the spin knuckle. Noodle on set point. Tournament
Battle
point.
of the Nates being settled here by Noodle, but Nate Banks can make it back. We've seen it happen.
Just here. Wow, that's a new tool now Noodle's been using. The use of that spin knuckle. Heavy one is plus on block, so might be
just for a third. Is there a quad? Tried to bait the 4th one, but Nate wasn't dealing with it, and deals with it now.
Oh, the shimmy! Wow.
Is there a 6th one?
Oh, the jump in, that should be it, and that should close it out.
My
Noodle
goodness.
winning it with the the winner of this week's Canada Wednesday Night Fights World Warrior event. Great stuff there. Last time came second, and now definitely ahead on points. I believe by a good margin here, as Justin Wong was not playing.
Probably by a good margin. Probably like 25, 30.
Yo, but props to both players, man. Nate played phenomenal, resetting the bracket, keeping himself barely alive. But Noodle always does well also when he has a bit of time to adjust as well. And came back with a reverse 3-0. Very impressive.
I'm a little worried about the state of World Warrior Canada West because I believe the last time we did World Warrior Canada West 2 weeks ago, it also went with a reset into a 3-0. And I hope that doesn't become like the thing for the next 3 Canada Wests. And the only way that can change is if other people decide to sign up and show their stuff. So guys, consider it. But before you consider it, consider the Matcherino. I don't think we're going to be showing a graphic for that because we are kind of running out of time. And I do want to get a great talk in here with our winner Noodle if they are available about that last matchup and maybe even about more.
Yeah, no, last week we had a great chat with Justin Wong, and I'm really curious to know, what Noodle's kind of, approaches and why exactly he is opting for the Cammy, and, how he feels about that Marissa matchup, because, man, I, again, was so happy to see Nate do so well in this tournament, and I don't know if he actually entered last week as well, so it'll be interesting to see what, Noodle's mindset is at and what exactly he looks forward to in this series, as I imagine next time we do this, which is in 2 weeks, he'll have to have his rematch against Justin Wong in the Cammy mirror. We say yes, there's something about Canadians here, which we call Justin Wong a Canadian here too. There's quite a few Cammy players as well. We got White Gun as Dive and Drive playing Cammy, we got Noodle who's been dominating, and Justin who has been attracted to that character as well.
Oh yeah, but would like to see some JPs, some DJs show up. So if you guys got,
you really want to see more JP, Suika?
I think as JP is super cool, but I'm also a zoner player in other games. I'm a DJ player in Street Fighter 6. I just love the rhythm. You know how it be. And speaking of rhythm, I'm gonna have to boogie on us down to a slower rhythm as we prepare for the interview. So we are gonna step back for just a bit, but stick around as we interview our winner of this week, Noodle.